Ness, Kerridge, King and Greg. The Souths, Duffy at fullback, Johnston and Penitani on the wings, Seabolt and Duncan in the centres, Walker and Warden the halves, Totola and Kepi in the front row, Mamazelos the hooker, Aiken and Kaloa Matangi the second row, Elliott the lock, and the bench is Gray, Hubner, Humphreys, LeBlanc, Fletcher and Corsi. So Grant Atkins is the referee. Adam G is in the bunker. As ever, your texts are welcome on 0467 920 222. Been bombarded with the Cardinal and Myrtle love hearts from Dion, she's ready for the call. I hope you guys are as well. Wherever you're tuning in, the one and only game of this Sunday of Rugby League, the last game before we get to the first State of Origin game on Wednesday night, as Seagull kicks off for South Sydney. The Cowboys will have first possession. They're running to the right of your radio dial, and it's Tom Malolo's job to take the first hit up, and he meets a wall of 3 and 4 South Sydney defenders. So many stories around the footy, and just how will this Souths team fare with that horrible news of Jai Arrow's MND diagnosis coming through in the last week or so. McKaylee with the next carry, play 3, Lodge beyond the 20, and Matt Lodge midway goal line and halfway when he plays the ball to Marnie, given right edge for Lukey. Heelam Lukey's first run, he's met by 3 defenders, and he'll be put down about 6 metres in from the right wing touch, 15 from halfway. Lodge with the second carry of the first set, he meets the defence, is on the red stripe of the 40 inside his own half, and Ref Atkins says that's all bar one of the opening set. So Clifford kicks downfield on the 6th tackle. It's a ball which goes in between fullback and winger, bounces kindly for Duffy, who takes it and runs it back to the 20-metre line. So South Sydney are running away from the southern end and towards that JT statue in the opened end of this stadium, which Souths have only played at one time previously. It's amazing. They played back in 2020 here when Adam Reynolds kicked a late field goal to Souths win here. They sort of travelled around the place, played at Perth, played it in other areas, Cairns on their trips to this part of the world. So a rare trip to this venue for them, as Aiken's taken 5 from halfway, and now rolling down the middle third, Duffy gets Souths just beyond the halfway mark. Last play of the opening set for the Bunnies, and Ward puts his boot to it. It's a high right foot kick downfield, defensive left corner taken by Drinkwater of the Cowboys on his own 10, runs up to the 20. Tick, tick, first 2 sets done. Grant Bell in warm conditions here in Townsville. 0467 920 222 to get in touch.
Yeah, completion is going to be important here today, Quentin. I think both teams will be looking to maintain possession. That as much as the temperature's dropping, it is quite warm out there still, and the players will find that.
Clifford's tackled 30 from his own line. Now Purdue's first receiver. Jackson Purdue's pushed back. Tackle led by Mamazelos. He had some help there from Aiken and also Elliott. So still 15 his own side of halfway. Tamalolo bounces off Tartola before other defenders get him. And that's the first ripple that we hear from the crowd on a rumble from the veteran returning lock forward. End of set. Clifford with a high deep kick downfield. Alex Johnston on return. Catches defensive left side for South Sydney. And AJ only gains 4 or 5 on the kick return just inside the 20 as he plays it. Cody Walker's there at distributor. Passes to Latrell Seagold. So 1 Latrell out, 1 Latrell in, as we saw Seagold played a couple of weeks ago in that game against Cronulla. Had the kicking duties as well and kicked 6 from 8. And there's a loose carry from Souths. Kaloa Matangi has come up with an error, and that has ensured the Cowboys fans give him a bit of a cheer. I don't think it's a happy birthday for yesterday for Keon Kaloa Matangi. He turned 28 yesterday. So he's had an early error here, and this gives the Cowboys the first real attacking opportunity 30 metres from the South's line.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't a piece of cake that they dealt him up there. Great opportunity now for the Cowboys here as they stack all of their numbers to the open side, and plenty of shape out there.
Marnie passes to centre field. Clifford gives it to the straightening run of Lodge, who's tackled 28 metres out from South's line. No score. North Queensland with the first real attacking opportunity. Clifford to the left for Drinkwater. Feeds it on to Derby. Duncan's there, though, shifting on the right side of the fence to make the tackle. But there's 6 more tackles coming here on a ruck infringement. So fresh set, Cowboys, and the PA man does his thing. Cowboys, the familiar sound in Townsville as Tom Malolo's pushed back a metre or 2. He'll play it 22 metres from the south line, and they held on in the ruck, so it's another wavy fisty. Reset the tackle count. McIntyre rolls forward at what's the start of another fresh set here for North Queensland. 15 from the line south to defending centre field. One man to the left for Lodge. He's been busy early. Give him another 7 or 8 on the game. Lodge plays it 8 metres out. Marnie passes right from Clifford to Drinkwater. Holds it. Harbour Bridge to the edge. Beautiful pass for Labert, who dives in the right corner. And the Cowboys do score first off the back of a wonderfully executed floating Drinkwater pass to Zach Labert. 4-0 Cowboys, kick to come.
Yeah, well, he certainly read it out there, did the fullback. He just lobbed the pass and it had all the timing sitting there. There was plenty of shape. He showed it inside as the South defenders all came forward to shut down the threat. But it just landed out there to Zach Labert, landed in his hands, and it was a really comfortable catch. And just the timing and the positioning of the pass from Drinkwater was absolute perfection.
Laurie Spina on the touchline.
Yeah, a couple of big runs from Jason Tomalalo through the middle there. But yeah, the beautiful pass from Drinkwater. He double pumped it, but the timing, it had to be in front of Labor. Yeah, great execution there by Labor.
Well, Ian has sent me a text. He's listening from a tour bus in Italy. Says, go Bunnies. Well, that's not the start you wanted, Ian, but stick with us. 0467 920 222. I hope that's a bit slower for you. AJ says, love the call, boys, but go the Maroons. I'm listening while working from the Blue Mountains. But can you slow down when you say the text number? Yeah, I'll try and not say it too quickly. From the touchline, Clifford's conversion attempt is across the face. He's missed it. And the scoreline remains North Queensland 4, South Sydney 0. We played 5 minutes on this NRL Sunday on ABC Sport. Quentin Hull, Grant Bell and Laurie Spina with you in Townsville. Around the grounds, full-time in the Queensland Cup. Brisbane Tigers have beaten Norths 24-16. After that earlier score, Ipswich beat Tweed 22-20. AFL second quarter, Western Bulldogs 7-2-44 lead the D's 2-5-17. New South Wales Cup second half, South Sydney 16 lead North Sydney 12. And in the Super Netball, games just underway between the Vixens and the Swifts. Vixens lead 8-5 early on after the Fever beat the Firebirds 69-51. North Queensland with the ball. And you mentioned Taumalolo, Laurie. Here's another run from Matt Lodge. He started really well up to the 20-metre line. Now McIntyre down the middle third. And he's taken about 18 metres inside Cowboys territory. Marnie's got an option off his right shoulder. That's Lukey. One man out. Lukey goes into the defence. Is put down near the NRL logo 5, his own side of halfway. Back to left and centre field. Drinkwater gives it on. Sutton passes it to McKaylee, who's put down about 45 out. Last play North Queensland. They run it to the left. Drinkwater gives to Purdue, who mistimes his kick. He shinned it. It works out. Clifford picks it up, but gave a forward pass. No, not shinned. Need a knock on, according to the referee.
Yeah, he's called it
So I did call it a muffed kick, Billy.
It certainly was a muffed kick. And it certainly was that. I think young Purdue was looking for someone to challenge it. I think they said, no, we'll leave that one go.
Leave your ego for better purposes later in the game. So that's a let-off for Souths anyway, as Totola's now got the ball and he's taken 2 metres inside his own half. And just looking at this grass that Laurie talked about, it's lush out there, and the players' studs have been going through the surface this year. Looks okay so far. Elliott takes Souths into attack. Now next play out on the right side, Cody Walker's got no room to create, so he's tackled. Walker to play at 35 from the Cowboys line. Little flat ball there from Ward to the right edge for Aiken. Well met in defence out there by Purdue, put to deck. Now Mazelis passes infield, end of set. Ward's rushed at but gets a kick away. It's a bomb, which Drinkwater was out-leapt there by Penitani, and the young man on debut almost had an amazing first touch there. He knocked it on. He had the better of the leap and I reckon got first purchase. Talanoa Penitani over Scott Drinkwater there.
He certainly did.
Would have been something, Billy, had he completed that in his first game.
Yeah, he just needed to hold on to it. He certainly pivoted his way around from it, and there was nobody there to stop him.
Bronny's listening from China. We've got someone from the Maldives. They're all over the place tuning in. Thank you. 0467 920 222. Here's Lodge again for North Queensland. 9 metres inside his own territory. 4-0 Cowboys early on. Tamalolo, left side of the ruck, rumbles into a 3-man tackle. It's Aiken, it's Elliott, it's Totola there to stop the veteran. Play to Marnie, given blindside left for Drinkwater at the end of the set. Bombs from 45 metres out. Dufty catches, despite the late arriving pressure of Purdue. So Dufty will play at 12 from his own line. What do you make of that move, Belly? As Souths move it upfield here. Crowd likes the big hit coming out of the defensive line there from McIntyre, and he stepped off the mark there, young Penitani. What about, so Dufty starting at fullback, and we expect Gray to come on as the interchange with Mamazelos at hooker.
Well, I think they've got Jai Gray as a little bit of a jack-in-the-box. He could turn up anywhere. He could potentially play at lock. His defence is strong. Could play at hooker and replace Mamazelos and just keep that speed up the back of the ruck and perhaps challenge the bigger forwards from the Cowboys.
Oh, they get to the last play, and there's a ruck infringement here from North Queensland. So a ping for Souths now to allow them to have a fresh set on the attack. Ward has a little dart, no great gain. And now down the middle third, South Sydney to within 30 metres of the Cowboys line through the services of Kepi. They pass left, Messi on the deck and knocked on. That didn't look all that organised whatsoever. Dufty was trying to chime in there with Seagull on the left edge, and it's gone to ground, and a knock-on ruins that opportunity for South Sydney. 10 minutes played. Try to Zach Labert. North Queensland 4, leads South Sydney 0. NRL Sunday on ABC Sport. Go Cowboys. I'm listening from a 4x4 track in the Gawler Ranges in South Australia. Cheers from Carolyn. Thank you. She says hi to Lincoln Has. They're watching at the stadium today. Good on you, Carolyn. Cowboys with the ball. A bit of a bumping run here from Purdue. A bit of dodgem car work, bouncing off a couple before being wrapped up in the tackle of Kaloa Matangi. Plays it midway. I'll make it 15 metres from halfway. Now McIntyre, one man to the left, no great gain. Sam McIntyre to the red stripe at the northern end that he's defending. Now to the edge, given to McKaylee. Thomas McKaylee put down on halfway. 15 in from touch on the left as Marnie distributes infield for the Cowboys through Lodge to Clifford. Second man to Drinkwater, second man to the edge. The pass is over the head of Labor, who then tracks back and cleans up, give it back to the man he gave it to in Drinkwater, and he's tackled. So that didn't work. They've tidied up but lost some ground. Cowboys are on halfway. Chester runs infield, tackled. Last play, North Queensland, 45 from South's line. Clifford with a bomb. It's looked at and caught pretty comfortably by Dufty, who's tackled 15 metres from that southern in-goal area. Cowboys 4, Rabbitohs 0, NRL Sunday on ABC Sport.
It was well timed as the first pass for the try from Drinkwater was. It was not so well timed and not so well placed on this occasion.
Right side shift from the Bunnies, and they try to get to Penitani. He's reeled in by the defence of Derby. Good tackle, nice run. Duncan out of dummy half. Oh, he's trying to ref the game as well. He gave me a little wavy fisty going to the ground there, but the referee didn't agree. Put his hand up and said, oh, where's the ruck infringement? Ref Atkins said, nah, not giving you a ping there. Dallas Duncan, very cheeky out there. Couple of metres from halfway south now on the next run. End of set now as it's kicked downfield, and Drinkwater's underneath it. He'll catch it, 10 from his own line. Sees the defence pretty well set on the 20. Can't get there before being met by Elliott in the defence. Down to you, Laurie Spina. I'm sure you never tried to ref the game while you were playing as well.
Nah, halfbacks don't do that, Quinton. Come on. But I tell you what, end-to-end stuff, not a lot of stoppages, and 25-degree heat, it might wear the players down later, but really entertaining so far.
North Queensland with it as Derby runs up to the 30. Jimmy says, thank you for slowing down the number. I'm listening on a train in Tokyo. Good on you. Attempted 40-20 here. Oh, it's a brilliant kick. Absolutely brilliant kick from Reid Marnie. He's found the 20 just a centimetre or two beyond, and inside that South Sydney portion of the ground. He's hit that from, what, maybe 32 metres from his own line. What a good kick from Reid Marnie. So 40-20, and now North Queensland take the tap and are on the attack off the back of that brilliant kick from their hooker. First carry, Tamalolo, 11 out when stop. Marnie at dummy half, well, looks a bit disorganised there, has to take the run, gets tackled by Mamazelos. 4-0 Cowboys, and on the attack again. Lodge with a one-out charge towards the post, but he's taken there by Kepi and others, and he'll play it here to Marnie. Passes right. Clifford has Lukey running infield. That looks a little disorganised. Lukey, though, almost barges his way through. He got past one. Mamazelos tried to roll him near the goal line. What does Raf Atkins say here?
Okay, coming in to tackle 4. I've got a no try. Can you check the double movement? I think it stays up all the way, gets to the line, then he shuffles it over.
So Lukey got through one defender, and then Pete Mamazelos did his level best to stop him from scoring the try. According to Ref Atkins on field, he hasn't scored the try. Adam G's in the bunker today. Now, who'd he get through? It was just a disorganised...
Sam McIntyre has no effect at this point, playing on.
Making sure there was no obstruction, and he rolled through the tackle of Dufty, I think it was, who was sort of standing next to Kaloamatangi, and they were neither really organised. And then Mamazelos puts his body up around the ball in making a desperate tackle. And, Helam Lukey, the ball's really close to the line. It's definitely on the ground. Ref called double movement.
Lukey maintains possession, or just one perspective to make sure
where the first
if
touch
it's a double
was.
movement or whether it's momentum.
Yeah, this is a hard call. What do you reckon, Loz, on the touchline?
It's hard to tell slow motion if he was still moving when that happened, but yeah, I think it might be double movement because
that's a double movement.
Yeah, he's there and then he pulled it
short, and then Helam Lukey promotes it to the in goal. Yeah. We have a decision.
Yeah, drags it through.
Yeah, and so on field was right, we all agree, and that's no try, and a great tackle from Peter Mamazelos.
Certainly was, because Lukey, no easy target, or there's plenty of target there, but no easy player to pull down. So it did exceptionally well, and it was Dufty, the other player, that managed to slow him down a little bit, but got pushed out of the road.
4-0 North Queensland. Quentin Hull, Grant Bell and Laurie Spina with you in Townsville, and on what is a warm Sunday afternoon by footy standards. Sort of what you get this time of year up here, just a gorgeous sort of 25 degrees or so, as Souths now try and get out of their own end. To Tola with the carry, 15 from halfway. Next man to go forward's Adam Elliott, and just his third game of the season, been hampered by a calf injury this year, tackled 5 from halfway. Left side shift for the Bunnies, ends up in Johnston's hand. AJ with a little step and a swerve and a pass to Cody Walker down the touchline, got ankle tapped though by Chester and eventually jumped on by the cover defensive Lukey. But Souths now with some momentum with that run. Up to the 20 on the attack from centrefield. Kepi passes to Dufty. Great pass to the right edge. Here he is, Penitani on debut. The young man scores in his first game of footy. Talanoa Penitani. Oh, hey sis, you're not the only Penitani that can grab the headlines. It's 4-all with a kick to come.
And wasn't he excited too with it? And it certainly was, as you said, from the initial break that we saw, the ball was pulled in by Johnson very cleverly, and then similarly Cody Walker pulled the ball in. He elected to stay to the ground after being tapped by Chester. But what a wonderful pass it was over the top, very similar in effect to the pass that we saw earlier from Drinkwater.
Stuffed him with that ball.
That found that the ball, so the fullbacks really having a big part to play in finding their wingers and into the corner. And gee whiz, young Penitani, how excited was he, Laurie?
Yeah, beautiful pass from Dufty over the top. Green.
Great pass.
Didn't he show some pace, Bud? Hasn't he got some pace to score that try? But yeah, the old folk of Johnson and Walker, didn't they show some class to get to that position right across here, and yeah, flung it right across the other side. Good move by South Sydney, but yeah, Walker, he was instrumental there.
So it's taken this long to get to see Talanoa Penitani in this season off the back of a hamstring injury in the Charity Shield. He's still got that right thigh with a bit of strapping on it, but 21 years of age, first game in the NRL, and it's taken him 15 minutes to score his first try. So now Latrell Siegwald will try and convert from out on the right wing touchline. He kicked 6 from 8 in his only other game at Stadium Australia. That one's across the face though. So the score will remain 4-all, Cowboys 4, Rabbitohs 4, NRL Sunday on ABC Sport. 24 minutes remain in the first half in Townsville. Around the grounds in the New South Wales Cup, South Sydney 16, lead North Sydney 12 in the second half. AFL second quarter, Western Bulldogs 8-2-50, lead Melbourne 3-6-24. First quarter in the Super Netball, Vixens 15, lead the Swifts 12.
Laurie, there's quite a bit of breeze sort of seems to be coming diagonally across the field towards you. Is there much effect down on ground level?
Nah, not much, Grant. With this stadium, it sort of comes through there, but yeah, the rest of the sort of field, it holds at the ground. Right up high, there's a bit of breeze, but down here, not much at all.
South with the ball off the kickoff, and Kepi taken just beyond the 10-metre line. Now, Ewan Aiken has a run blindside, just gets beyond the 20, and there's a penalty here for just an arm around the neck, a bit of grappling in the tackle there.
I made the comment about this on the sideline today, and I said that there are so many penalties being given for a really minor contact in the tackle up high as a tackle, but very few are being pulled up, if any, and I'm glad that was adjudicated there when the player has got the choke around the neck.
So South's fine touch on halfway, and the first carry gets them into attack off the back of that penalty. Totola plays it only 45 out. Now Elliott down the middle third, and there's another 6 again here for the Cowboys offside. So Souths have scored, got the penalty, and now with a ping and repeat set to go right back on the attack. Kepi rolls forward, stopped 27 metres from the Cowboys line middle third. To the right, Mamezelos to Ward, to Walker, given to Aiken, who got through a tackle late, offload to Dufty. He's just dragged down from behind by Derby. And the Bunnies are getting a roll on here. They're only 10 out, back to left and centre field. Ward onto Elliott. Oh, Walker steps around Lukey, but gets taken by Drinkwater in a high tackle. And it's just a penalty.
Gee, I tell you what, he needed to do that too, just to control the ball. I'm not saying make the high tackle, but he certainly needed to be upstairs, and it was a great tackle as Lukey over-defended. He really needed to be there, and there wasn't great high contact, but there was some. But certainly needed to wrap that ball up and cover the ball up. It was a great step from Cody Walker there, and certainly something that I think they've done well to manage the Cowboys that look to try for all the money.
And they're opting for the penalty goal at 4 points all, and it's a... and did they put Drinkwater on report there as well?
I didn't see that.
No, I'll have to double check later on. Certainly, we haven't seen much of Latrell Siegwald, but we've seen enough to know that he'll knock this over. Yeah, late bloomer who sort of played some Queensland Cup with Redcliffe and South Slogan before getting his chance at the top level. Out of Group 9 in Southern River Arena.
Yeah, very talented player. Gee, I was impressed with his first game the other week.
And he kicks the penalty goal there. South Sydney go to the lead. Rabbitohs 6 lead the Cowboys 4 with 21 minutes remaining in the first half.
And just to back up my comment earlier about the tackles on the ground, I sent a message to a mate with a picture of Mark Lewin putting on the old sleeper hold on a player. Yeah. And that's exactly what it just looked like.
You have just shown me your mobile phone, and outside of seeing that photo you sent, have you got 1,005 unread text messages?
There's a lot of people that aren't that important.
Literally, I have never seen anything like that.
How about you shaming me?
Belly has shown me his phone. Laurie, has he ever not got back to you? He's got 1,005 unread messages.
They're ones that I've read, and they've been important to me, and I've saved them for that reason.
That's the last time I'm texting you.
Laurie, your phone doesn't do texting.
The last time the Belly will show me his phone screen as well.
Yeah, the old Motorola in the suitcase doesn't text, Laurie.
Kepi with the first carry off the kickoff. Elliott played 2, and Souths, after conceding the first try, they're getting going here. Elliott to the 30. Bunnies lead at 6-4. Now Tatola down the middle third, and he's tackled 8 metres inside Bunnies territory. Mamazelis looks infield, passes blind to the right for Aiken. Got tackled, flipped it out the back. Second phase here. Mamazelis gives it on to Tatola, and he rolls into attacking territory. So a bit slow out of the blocks, the Bunnies in Townsville. Getting a roll on now, as mentioned, down the middle third. A good run from Kepi. He stopped only 30 metres out. Last play for South. They're close enough, if good enough, here off the kickoff. Walker decides to kick a shallow bomb to Johnston's wing. Catches it, and he's immediately tackled over the touchline. Labour waited for him to catch it and then bundled him out. End of set and handover. North Queensland's ball.
Yeah, well managed. And that was part of what I was asking about with that wind, Laurie. It really seems up high. The ball gets away. It got away on the kick before, and certainly the Cowboys kick for goal. It seemed to push across. Once that ball gets some height on it, seems to travel away from where the catcher may believe it's going to come.
Just double checking. I don't think Scott Drinkwater was on report for that tackle. Griffin Neems out there for North Queensland. So Todd Payton going to his bench. So too's Cohen Hess. So bang, bang. The bench forwards have a run. Hess to halfway. Now McIntyre receives passes. The Drinkwater puts it under his wing. Has a bit of a dart before the tackle's made by Ward. 32 metres out. End of set. Young Sutton's going to bomb. Right to the goal line. Dufty catches it and slides into the in goal with the tackle. Good chase from Derby and also Clifford, and the ball just went onto the goal line. And Ref Atkins was right there to make that call and order the dropout.
Oh, they're going to challenge this. It's a bad challenge because the ball's been grounded over the line. It was almost a double movement in reverse.
They're saying he was touched just before he hit the ground. I think that's what South Sydney complaining about.
Well,
tackled in the air.
Captain's
Cleared all aspects of play up until this point.
Tackled in the air, they're saying.
Yeah,
Jake Clifford makes contact in the air prior to Matt Dufty hitting the ground.
Good challenge.
The
Good
challenge is
Laurie
successful.
Spooner.
Well done, Loz. You're all over it.
That's why you had those on-field calls, Loz.
Even though I don't agree with just a touch like that, but they've made a rule and they got to stick by it.
Yep.
Penalty to South Sydney. So that's a big captain's challenge. Would have been a goal line dropout otherwise. Now they've got the ball. Kick finds touch 25 metres from that southern end. 6-4 to South. NRL Sunday on ABC Sport. Quentin Hull, Laurie Spinner and Grant Bell with you in Townsville as Duncan makes the first carry of the new set. 15 from halfway. Now comes one man infield. And Tatola is taken. 9 from halfway. Now Adam Elliott rolls down the middle third. 3 around Adam Elliott. Marnie goes down low. Neems up top there along with McKaylee. And now Kepi rolls into attack for Souths. He's tackled 42 metres out. Plays the ball to Mamazelis to the right. Ward dummies and straightens. We got grabbed from behind by Hess.
Player Ward.
Last play, 30 out, they run it. Walker with the grubber and regather and grubber again. And Ward was knocked over in the chase for the ball. Referee says fair play. Purdue fields it for the Cowboys. And luckily they get out of that one. But, they have got going after a sluggish start here, Souths. Again, a very innovative play. Walker running the ball. It's now in the hands of the Cowboys. And
I thought Walker was pulled back there as well on his way through. I don't know whether I'm right there, Laurie, but I thought they grabbed his arm on the way through.
Lifting tackle here. The crowd thought it might have gone from beyond the horizontal from Hubner, but he was able to place him, and the tackle didn't go beyond the horizontal according to the referee. Neems tackled and only just beyond the 30, the Cowboys. Didn't make much ground.
Spiral bomb.
Oh, Clifford gives it a big torp. He's pumped that downfield. Dufty loses it backwards all the way to the dead ball line. He picks up his own mess, gets into the field of play and gets tackled by the chase of Sutton. And, the young 5'8's getting up, holding his left shoulder. Keep an eye on that, Laurie, as the young try scorer Penitani has a run down the right edge, gets beyond the 20. Duncan wraps blindside and eats up another dozen metres down that eastern side of the field. Souths with it, 15 from halfway. The Bunnies lead the game by 6 points to 4. Hubner rolls down the middle third now. Taken for Souths, 8 inside their half. Now to left and centre field through the hands of Tatola to Walker onto Kaloa Matangi. Almost ran through Clifford, who hung on and got some help, but it was a good run. Lukey helped make the tackle. Last play, South 45 from the Cowboys line. Ward with a high kick downfield. Drinkwater almost gets his toenail to the goal line, but he couldn't quite to make it a 20-metre restart. He caught it just on that goal line or just inside. Good kick return, though, up to the 20.
Yeah, it was. And that brought him unstuck in the game against Parramatta here, trying to reach for that in-goal area with his foot, but certainly aware of where the ball was. Comfortable take there, though, for the Cowboys, and a real difference in the kick that Clifford offers.
Neem rolls to halfway. And Griffin Neem will get up and play the football there. Oh, he lost it. He lost the football, Griffin Neem. And that's another error from the Cowboys. And that diffuses the building pressure on the Bunnies. Down to Laurie Spina on the touchline. 15 minutes to the break. South lead it 6-4.
Yeah, Todd Payton wouldn't be happy about that. It's just a simple error in the play the ball, losing it like that. Cowboys can't afford that. But I tell you what, South Sydney playing with a lot of heart. Cody Walker leading from the front, running the football, and Mamazalis at hooker, making a lot of room around that ruck. But South Sydney are playing really well.
Centrefield scrum here for Souths. Mamazelis takes it off the back, feeds it right for Dufty. Oh, he's ran around Sutton. I don't think he's right, the young 5'8" Laurie. Keep an eye on him. Liam Sutton there. Bunnies with the ball 40 out now. Hubner with a one-man infield run without a great gain. Only about 3 or 4 metres on the gain.
Left shoulder he's holding.
Yeah, past the centre field. Ward, his pass is intercepted by Clifford, who's got 60 to run with 3 Southmen chasing, 20 to go. He's got 10 to go, but Penitani runs him down from behind, 5 metres short. Quick play the ball. Drinkwater feeds right for Marnie. Marnie goes in and the Cowboys score anyway. And North Queensland return to the lead. And Jay Clifford just knew where that ball was going. He realised his team was on the back foot. He gambled and came up trumps. And next play, Reid Marnie gets a try. It's 8-6 Cowboys, kick to come.
Plenty of in-goal cheek there. It certainly was the case. Clifford just saw the ball coming and where it was coming to. The pass from Ward was just looking to pick up a little bit of shape. It was great chase from Penitani to get there, but could not get the numbers that were required. South Sydney and Reid Marnie went through and certainly was not short in giving plenty of cheek to the South Sydney captain, and made sure he let Cody Walker know what he thought in response to the try.
Yeah, he read the play well, didn't he, Clifford? Saw it coming to Walker. He just went in there. Didn't have the pace, but a quick play the ball, and yeah, Marnie finished it off. Yeah, they were really on a roll then, the South Sydney side.
Huge play from Clifford.
It was a great photo in the paper this week, Laurie. I don't know whether you saw it, with Clifford and the front rower from Tully, who's made his way to the Origin side. I hadn't realised they were together and played alongside each other.
Yeah, Flegler.
Yeah, Tommy Flegler.
Clifford to try and convert the try. Midway goal line and right touch. Strikes it well with his right boot. 1 from 2 off the kicking tee for Jake Clifford, and North Queensland now leads South Sydney 10 points to 6 with 12 and a half minutes left in this first half in Townsville around the grounds. Half-time in the AFL, Bulldogs 8-3-51, lead Melbourne 6-7-43, so it's an 8-point lead to the Doggies. New South Wales Cup second half, South Sydney 16, North Sydney 12. And second quarter Super Netball, Vixens 32, lead the Swifts 22. 0467920222, that SMS number. Plenty of text coming through. Laurie,
Bit slower.
what do you reckon I need to say?
Yeah, I think you're fairly quick.
6792022. Well, a lot of people are getting it. We're getting lots of.
Yeah, I missed it though.
Well, you're not very good though at getting rid of text messages.
I didn't have any space. It's all the practices.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
I can't believe that.
Yeah. Lukey's tackle just
Should have a
beyond
look
the
at my
10.
email account.
Yeah. McIntyre now down the middle third, just beyond the 20. Played to try scorer Marnie. Give it on to McKaylee. Thomas McKaylee up to the 30. And that's play 5. So last play of the set coming up here for the Cowboys. And Clifford, he tried to torp again, but that's a tumbling kick. High and deep downfield. Dufty catches to a genuflecting knee on the 20 and a 20-metre kick return too. Crawls a couple of metres forward as well. So South start this set 8 metres out. Dufty's trying to milk a penalty. Referee doesn't buy it. Tells him to get up and get on the mark and play the ball. And Alex Johnston's in the middle third to do a bit of work. AJ right in the middle of the park as he stopped. Now fed to the left by, I think Humphreys has gone into the dummy half.
LeBronc and Humphreys have both gone on.
Yep, LeBlanc's there, Humphreys is there, so now right side. Pass from Walker goes along the ground, cleaned up by Penitani, that's okay, but no running room for the youngster, and he's tackled on the right edge, south 30 metres out. Pass from Duncan, one man infield to Aiken, and Ewan Aiken meets 3 defenders, goes to deck on 5, 23 metres from the goal line, last play south, through the hands to the left. Cody Walker passes to the edge, Siegwald's got it. He tries to palm and pass to AJ, who's got it. Johnston has to pass infield, still the last, given to Dufty. His grub is knocked on by Marnie. Marnie going to his ankles to try and pick it up, and he's knocked it on. He was full of lip a moment ago. And now he's come up with an error, and South Sydney will get another set on the attack 10 metres out.
Yeah, great option there. I love seeing teams, Quentin, that are prepared to use the ball on that last tackle rather than just look straight to go to the kick. Great work from Alex Johnson on the edge here. He looked like he was going to be wrapped up, got the ball away, and they found the way back in for a kick infield. Well, sometimes you can put too much lip out there and it comes back to haunt you.
Well, stacked right, but they give it left for Siegwald, who gets through 2, and he's almost there, Latrell, and that's not the usual one, it's the replacement, Latrell Siegwald, great one, half a metre out. Now Kalol Matangi, one man infield, no great gain there. Gee, I think was Clifford one of those tacklers? That was loose defence from the Cowboys. Ward with a grubber early in the set for the in-goal. Players tumbling down in the periphery of my vision as I watch the ball go dead. There's a lot going on here. Ref Atkins, what say you?
Got a no try. Please check for any illegal interference on the way through.
I think the interference was coming beforehand, but we'll be interested to see how this is adjudicated.
Based on the live decision and this camera angle is supporting the Souths are on side, just need to look at contact now.
Well, 2 Souths guys ran into each other, let alone 2 Cowboys. There were 4 in the collision. 2 Cowboys and 2 Bunnies trying to chase through that grubber from Ashton Ward. It's almost a combination.
The kick is close to the defensive line. Both players just turn. It's incidental contact playing on at this point.
So that'll, and then the ball goes dead.
Ball goes dead. Yeah, I think that they were all in amongst it in the first
Ball then goes dead off the South kick. We have a
nothing
decision.
there.
The word pictures to try and put it for you. So both of the Cowboys players were on the outside. Both Souths players were running the inside line. One Cowboy turned into one Souths player. One Cowboy turned into the other Souths player. And that basically made a four-man squeeze, and they tumbled over, which is why it wasn't deemed as an obstruction.
And I don't think it was a great kick option on top of all that.
So now down the middle third is Cowboys rumble. And a late offload too from Cohen Harris. It gives Chester a bit of room to gallop, and he's tackled 40 metres out. So the Cowboys quickly on the attack. Marnie picks up, gives some McIntyre, dummies and straightens. Totola's there to make a grappling tackle along with LeBlanc, but they're only 25 out now, the Cowboys, from defence and onto attack. As Sutton has a run at the line, he's taken 20 metres out. Marnie passes right through the hands. It goes to Clifford for a grubber. Fielded by Siegwald, a metre from his own line for South Sydney. He diffuses the danger, and Souths have got it. And Latrell Siegwald tackled under the black dot at the southern end. Cowboys 10, Rabbitohs 6, NRL Sunday on ABC Sport, 8.5 to the break. Tallis Duncan beyond the 10 for South Sydney. Now next carry up to the 20. Ewan Aiken makes 7 or 8 metres there. Plays the ball to Humphreys. Given on to Dufty. Dufty tackled just beyond the 30. So Humphreys now one-handed pick up, looks blindside, passes.
Good line.
Open side. It was a good line from Hubner, but a nice piece of defence from Hess puts him down. Just short of halfway. End of set. Ward with a deep kick downfield, right to the goal line. Just a metre in the field of play. Drinkwater catches. He decides to chuck it to Labert for the kick return, who has a bit of a step and straighten before being tackled on the 20. Cowboys fans didn't like it. Referee says play on. Now Chester's upended on a good tackle from LeBlanc. Cowboys on the 30. Good quick play the ball.
Interested in any of our Ingham friends. LeBlanc, born in Ingham, whether anyone remembers him and what age he may have left that great part of the country.
Derby to halfway, and now Purdue into attack for North Queensland. Jackson Purdue with a dozen, gain down the middle third. Last play Cowboys, they're 35 from South's line. Clifford puts up a bomb. He's pretty much on Duffy's head, doesn't have to move much, just shuffles the feet, makes the catch, kick return, gains 10, and he's tackled 15 from that southern in-goal area. Johnston in a dummy half. Was the marker in the right position? Referee says okay.
I don't think he was there.
No, but Labert made the tackle with no ping-ping. Siegwald runs infield. Latrell Siegwald for South. Just his second game. He's tackled here. 15 from halfway. 20 in from touch on the left. It's South Sydney trailing the game. 10 points to 6. Cowboys in the lead here with about 7 minutes left in this first half. Down the middle third goes Hubner, who's been good off the bench. Plays the ball now to the right. Humphries gives to Ward. Runs at the line. Pass to Duncan. Duncan to Penitani, who's knocked it on the right edge. Great ball.
Great ball. Tough catch, but it was a great ball. It certainly got into the space. Quick hands out there from the South Sydney players on the right-hand edge.
Just coming unstuck on that edge. Laurie Spina on the touchline, 6.5 to the break.
Oh, if you would have picked that, really could have taken that down that sideline, would have been big trouble for the Cowboys.
He did have some pace going to chase him, Laurie, and Jackson Purdue, but he was on the turn.
Yeah.
Now, Loz, you gave us the Graziers report earlier on. They'd left a bit more grass on the surface. I don't think it's chopping up as much. Certainly not as much as the Parramatta game or even some of the earlier games when I was here. Doesn't look as...
What they did is the ground staff spread a lot of ryegrass seed a couple of weeks back, and it's starting to come through now, and that's allowed a bigger cluster of grass.
You've done your fair share of Saturday morning talkback hosting, haven't you, Belly?
No, just research. Just research.
Just gave me a little wink there. Great Bell with you. Laurie Spina on the touchline. Quentin Hull, 6 minutes to the...
I had a few texts about it.
All right, Cowboys now through McKaylee down the middle third. He's put down only 27 metres out. This is a good game of footy. Both teams playing well. To the right, Clifford holds it, gives it to Drinkwater. He busts the line himself, then gives a one-handed flick to to Chester, and Chester goes in on the right edge. Drinkwater and Clifford taking on the line, and Tommy Chester the beneficiary. North Queensland 14, South Sydney 6. Kick to come, and the last finishing play. I reckon Drinkwater has played better since settling his future.
I think he's been clearer in his mind, and he's played better, and he's now all three of those tries. He's been the try assist. But let's go back to Thomas McHarley's run, which set it up. It wasn't just the carry, which was a terrific carry, and I think he was out early in the season for the Cowboys with a knee injury off a hip drop. Since he returned, the Cowboys forwards have been far more effective, and I think he's been a big contributor both off the bench and starting, and he created the opportunity there, and Drinkwater has threatened that a few times this afternoon, just with that speed that he's got, his ability to take on the line and almost between players, and on this occasion slipped the ball away to Thomas Chester, who is a jackrabbit. He can go anywhere. I don't know whether the winger knows where he's running after he's taken off, but great result there.
Clifford converts the try from just to the right of the uprights. He has 2 from 3 off the kicking tee today, and North Queensland 16 leads South Sydney 6, 4 minutes 16 seconds to the break. Around the grounds, still South's leading North's 16-12 in that New South Wales Cup game. Half-time in the AFL, Dogs by 8 points over the D's, and second quarter Super Netball, Dixon's 32, Swifts 22. Kalala, New South Wales. Oh, g'day to Leon, who's listening from Kalala. He wanted to say g'day to Belly. He taught and coached me at Raymond Terrace. There you go.
Who was that?
His name is Leon from around the Hunter. There you go.
You can slip us your second name, Leon, and we won't publish
You
it.
can send Belly a personal text to make it 1,600 text that he's got.
He won't reply.
Second.
Yeah, I can't believe how you're shaming me. I might have to approach people and culture, I think, Quentin.
Yeah, you showed me that photo of the wrestling, and you've given yourself too much rope to hang yourself as young Sutton's upended. He seems to have settled from that shoulder injury. 10 from halfway. Marnie's a dummy half. Gives it on to Neem. Clifford Neem's tackled 3 metres from halfway. 3.5 to the break. Important little period, particularly for Souths, as the Cowboys have scored the last 2 tries in the game. Clifford with the bomb. Johnston with the catch. AJ brings it down 5 from his own line, and the kick return gets up to the 20. So South Sydney now have got the ball down at that southern end, and Latrell Siegwald, he gets tackled here. They certainly run at that edge, haven't they, with Latrell Mitchell not there defensively on that left side for South Sydney, as Kaloa Matangi gains 7 or 8 down the blind side. And Keon Kaloa Matangi a dozen from halfway, 15 in from the western side. Played to Humphries, given right through Hubner to Ward to the right edge. Purdue jammed in on the pass, which was given to Dufty. Dufty still ricochets off him and gains a couple of extra metres before being stopped just short of halfway. Souths now to the right and a run out 1 from Hubner. And Lachlan Hubner put down on 5, 41 metres from North Queensland's line. Last play for the Cardinal and Myrtle. It's a bomb from Ward. He was rushed at. It's a shallow kick. Will come down 20 out. No one challenging Derby as he leaps and catches Rob Derby. And he's tackled immediately. And the Cowboys have it midway goal line and halfway. And they look to shift it through their hands immediately. Drinkwater gives it on to Labert, who runs back infield before being tackled. So no great gain there, but they just seem to be playing with a bit of confidence here, the Cowboys, as Drinkwater runs 1 out down the middle third. 15 from halfway, 2 minutes to the break. 16-6 to the locals. Hess rumbles down the middle third, got rid of Tatola, but is taken by the tackle of Humphries and others. Almost gets to halfway. Marnie's in a dummy half. Dare I say, a little alarm bells here for South. Drinkwater to the right, given on to Chester, who steps and straightens and is eventually stopped there by the tackle of Walker and Siegwald. That's 5. 35 out. Last play. Cowboys. Drinkwater's bomb is shallow. It'll come down 15 metres out. No one challenging Dufty, who catches it, and that's a much-needed set in from a South's point of view. They've now got the ball 10 from their own line, 90 seconds to the break.
Yeah, a lot of the South players really looking like they're struggling out here in the heat. Laurie down there, and it's certainly, I think, putting some pressure on their attack.
Dallas Duncan has stopped just short of the 30 less. Yes, Loz?
Yeah, well, the ball's been in play a lot, not a lot of stoppages, and the end of halves and that players get tired, I'm sure of that.
Good rumble from Aiken to within 10 of halfway, and thighs are pumping, and that's a good run from Liam LeBlanc, gets by on halfway. Last play now for Souths, 45 out, and Ward once again pumps it high to Rob Derby's corner. No one there to challenge the winger at the catch. He takes it 10 from his own line. Kick return gets to the 20, so we've got 40 seconds left in the half. North Queensland with the ball, leading 16-6, and there's a little bit of a hole there for Chester. He charged forward before being stopped. Quick play the ball, 15 from halfway. Labert runs in field, steps through 1. Souths need half-time. He's tackled only 2 metres out. They've just got to survive this set. The bunny, McKaylee, gives it left to Sutton, and Sutton has put down the young 5'8" for the Cowboys. 45 metres out. There's 20 seconds left in the half. Neem rolls forward. Only a gain of 5 or 6. Last play, says referee Atkins. It's been given to Clifford, who tries a 2-point field goal. Struck purely. Jay Clifford with a 2-pointer from 42 metres out to complete the first half. I don't know why they didn't run it in a way, because they looked like they had Souths on the back foot, but potentially Clifford thought, they're on the back foot as well. They're not going to come at me. Yeah. So he took the 2, and that's half-time, and it's 18-6 North Queensland.
Yeah, it was a big kick from him, and the South forwards just could not muster any more there. Kulamatani was the only player who came forward to try and put some pressure on Clifford, and of course Clifford came under some consideration for Origin, and he certainly showed showing today, I think, why he was in that position, because he's been one of the Cowboys' best out there. When we have a look at the stats, though, they've evened up. The Cowboys early on had the bulk of the possession. They were sitting comfortably, but it's almost back at 50% each, and both sides completing at 76%. But it has been a case of the Cowboys, I think, have really mustered most out of their opportunities. They've made the most out of a couple of try assists from Scott Drinkwater, who has been tremendous, both in attack and in defence. And I think the Cowboys at the moment really sitting on top of South Sydney, with South Sydney looking quite impacted by fatigue.
Down to Laurie Spina. A few thoughts, Loz, before you find a drink at half time?
Yeah, Q, you said pretty spot on how after Drinkwater's made his decision to go to the Dragons the last month of football, he's been outstanding in involvement in play. I know they've got a penalty against him, but that try saver down that end there. But the turning point was Jake Clifford picking up the intercept there. South Sydney were really on a roll then, but he picked that up. They scored a try, and I'm impressed with young Chester. Any chance he gets, he runs the football up, and he's always in support. But yeah, Drinkwater and Clifford been the difference today. But South Sydney, the first 30 minutes, they looked like they were strong, but yeah, the last 10 minutes really tiring in this 25 degrees and really wearing them down. But yeah, looking forward to the second half, but it's been a really good game of footy.
18-6 in favour of the locals, so Labor scored first on 5 minutes, no conversion. Then young Talanoa Penitani in his first game scored South's first, and as it stands, only trying the game 15 minutes in. 4-all, became 6-4 South when Seabolt kicked a penalty goal. That was on 19 minutes, but as Loz said, yeah, it was the 27-minute mark when Clifford made that intercept, which Marnie then scored shortly after. 35 minutes in, Chester scored, and then that 2-point field goal. So yeah, what have we had? 14 points for the Cowboys scored in the last basically dozen minutes before half-time. So it's Labor, Marnie and Chester the try scorers. Clifford 2 from 3 off the kicking tee, but he's kicked a 2-point field goal as well. Penitani, the try scorer for the Rabbitohs, Seabolt 1 from 2.
Yeah, and it really has, those points have really come on a roll. I think at the time where, and Laurie's right, with that intercept, I think that broke their backs a little bit, and fatigue was starting to build, was starting to kick in, and I think it's made a big difference to them, and that's where the points have rolled in.
Thanks, Belly. Thanks, Laurie. Just before the news, around the grounds, that New South Wales Cup game has ended, and Souths have won that one. So they've got the points there over North Sydney. Rabbitohs 16 have beaten North Sydney 12. In the Queensland Cup today, 2 games completed. Wins for Ipswich and the Brisbane Tigers. Ipswich beat Tweed 22-20, and the Tigers beat North 24-16. In the AFL earlier today, Greater Western Sydney beat Brisbane by 78 points after kicking 14 goals in the third quarter. The highest scoring third quarter in VFL AFL history. The 2-time reigning premiers, amazing. That was so Giants 166, Lions 88. Third quarter of the game in progress. Western Bulldogs lead Melbourne by 8 points. Dogs 9-3-57 to the Demons 7-7-49. And in the Super Netball today, West Coast beat Queensland. The Fever beating the Firebirds 69-51. And third quarter in progress, Vixens 37 lead the Swifts 30. Keep your messages coming on 0467 920 222. Loving them coming in from wherever you're listening to us on this final game of round 12. It's North Queensland 18, South Sydney 6, and we'll be back in Townsville after a trip to the newsroom.
Hello, this is ABC News with David Rowlands. A man has died following a shark attack in far north Queensland. Hannah Moore has the story.
Emergency services were called to the Hull River boat ramp, 160 kilometres south of Cairns, around midday, after receiving reports from the Tully Coast Guard of a shark attack. A 39-year-old man is understood to have been attacked at Kennedy Shoal, a reef site off the coast, before being retrieved from the water by a boat called Old Yeller. The man later died as a result of his injuries. Queensland Police say a report will be prepared for the coroner. It's the second fatal shark attack in Australian waters in as many weeks, after the death of a 38-year-old Perth man off Rottnest Island on May 16.
Hannah Moon with that story. US President Donald Trump has thanked the Secret Service and police for what he's called their swift and professional action against a gunman near the White House in Washington. In a social media post, Trump, who was inside the White House at the time, says the gunman had a violent history. Authorities say the 21-year-old suspect opened fire at a Secret Service checkpoint before being fatally shot by return fire, with a passerby also struck and wounded in the exchange of gunfire. A number of news crews were reporting on other issues as the shots were heard.
Two sides to remain far apart.
Officials in China are investigating the cause of an explosion at a coal mine that's left at least 82 people dead. The blast in Shanxi province in northern China is one of the country's worst mining disasters for many years. At least 100 people are being treated in hospital. This miner explains what happened.
There was a smell like firecrackers. I urged others to run, but we were choking on the smoke and I fainted. Then I came to, woke up the others, and we escaped together.
Russia has launched another large-scale missile and drone attack on Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. The BBC's Warren Bull reports.
The mayor of Kyiv, Vitaly Klitschko, said multiple buildings had been hit by drones and missiles in the Russian attack on the capital. He said at least 5 people had been injured. Residents described how a large building near the government district shook heavily and people were forced to shelter in metro stations. Attacks have also been reported in a nearby city of Cherkasy and Melitopol to the south. On Friday, President Vladimir Putin said he'd ordered retaliation after state media said 18 people were killed in a drone attack on Russian-occupied parts of the Luhansk region.
The body of a man has been pulled from the Yarra River in Melbourne's Docklands. Emergency services were called to reports of a man seen in difficulty in the water off Maritime Place shortly after 5 o'clock this morning. Police say the circumstances surrounding the incident are under investigation, but the death is not believed to be suspicious. The man is yet to be formally identified. An elderly man has died after being struck by a car in Sydney's southwest last week. The 83-year-old man was hit by a car at Padstow on Thursday. He was taken to hospital in a critical condition but died yesterday. An 81-year-old woman was also injured. She remains in hospital in a stable condition. Police say a 71-year-old female driver undertook mandatory testing and an investigation is continuing. Hundreds of people and their pets have strolled along Lake Burley Griffin for the annual Canberra Paws Walk. Caitlin Maloney was there.
From greyhounds and golden retrievers to chihuahuas and cavoodles, more than 500 dogs and their owners are out at Patrick White Lawns for the RSPCA's annual Canberra Paws Walk. The event celebrates the bond between people and their pets, raising funds for shelter and vet services for abandoned and neglected animals. Earlier this month, the RSPCA secured $30 million in the federal budget to build its new facility at Pialago. Yesterday, the organisation offered free basic health checkups, vaccinations and grooming for dog and cat owners experiencing financial hardship.
Turning to sport now, and Greater Western Sydney has stunned the reigning AFL premiers, Brisbane, with a historic third-quarter surge on its way to a 78-point statement victory at Sydney Showgrounds this afternoon. The Giants kicked 14 majors in an 86-point third term to set a new record for the highest-scoring third quarter in AFL history. Jake Stringer and Toby Green slotted 5 goals apiece for the Giants in their 26-10, 166 to 13-10, 88 victory. ABC News.
Lodging on the blind side.
Look, is there any better you can do on the dark web, HG? You know, I don't know anything about it, and I'd like to.
Ryan HG.
I'd like to be able to get on the dark web with my crypto.
You'd be buying several houses a week.
You would.
Honestly. Ryan HG on ABC Listen.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
Lodge plays it 8 metres out. Marnie passes right from Clifford to Drinkwater. Holds it. Harbour Bridge to the edge. Beautiful pass for Layden, who dives in the right corner. And the Cowboys do score first. Up to the 20 on the attack from Centrefield. Kepi passes to Duffy. Great pass to the right edge. Here he is, Penitani on debut. The young man scores in his first game of footy. Talanoa Penitani. Ward, his pass is intercepted by Clifford, who's got 60 to run with 3 Southmen chasing, 20 to go. He's got 10 to go, but Penitani runs him down from behind, 5 metres short. Quick play the ball. Drinkwater feeds right for Marnie. Marnie goes in and the Cowboys score anyway. And North Queensland return to the lead.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
and ABC Listen.
The only game of this round 12 on the Sunday here in Townsville. Quentin Hull's my name. Great that you could join us for the footy this afternoon in warm conditions where the locals have got the better of the first 40 here against South Sydney. North Queensland, who have a 7-win, 4-loss record, lead the South Sydney side 18 points to 6. The Bunnies themselves with a 6-win, 4-loss record. So both teams have made strong starts to this 2026 campaign, but of course we get to this part of the season. A number of key men are in Origin camp waiting for Wednesday's game 1. By the way, no matter where you are, make sure that you've got ABC Listen downloaded if you haven't already on your devices, because you can take the footy with you wherever you are around the country or around the world at Origin time. Just look for that green button. Andrew Moore and the team will bring you game 1 from Stadium Australia on Wednesday night, and then we've got the third and final game of the Women's Origin Series on Thursday night. So plenty of big rep footy coming up over the weekend. New South Wales having already secured the Women's Shield, but even if you've got friends in other parts of Australia, national coverage on local radio as well for State of Origin Game 1. So can't wait to see what we've got in store for us with the men getting to the start of their series and the women to wrap up their series with Sky Blue taking on Maroon on Wednesday and Thursday night this week. 3 tries to 1 for the Cowboys here. Your texts are welcome on 0467 920 222. Please send us your name and where you're texting from, 0467 920 222. I'm here with the inaugural Cowboys coach in Grant Bell and first skipper Laurie Spinett down on the touchline. And, well, Belly, we've had a few extra moments to think about it during the news. Where did you see the momentum sort of swing towards the Cowboys in the back end of that half? Because it's been a really entertaining game of footy to the neutral eye.
Sorry, mate, I've been just clearing some texts.
I was going to let that go.
I'm down to 900.
I was going to let that go, but now that you've brought it up, Mark has sent a text from the truck. Oh, my word. He's taken a screenshot of his phone. Mark, thank you. You've put it out there, so I'm going to now describe your screenshot, which has 184 unread emails, 1,500 missed calls, and 1,800 unread texts.
Yes.
Thank
you, Mark. And you're a responsible truck driver because you're not answering those while you're on the road. Good on you. But coming back to the game, I tell you, I think the conditions got to South a little. I thought the players out there really started to feel the pinch. The game has been, and you described it during the call, it's been a terrific game to watch. And it's been a lot of end-to-end. There's very little separate the two sides in terms of the stats, possession, flow of the game, etc. But I think it's about the conditions, and I think that's really damaged the South players, and particularly the intercept try.
And no one will know the amount of mental energy that's been spent at South Sydney this week as well, following the news of Jai Arrow's illness. So sometimes these things can go one of two ways. You never know.
And it could be the thing that just breaks you down.
Yeah.
And that may well have been what happened with 14 minutes to go in the half to go.
Or it may be something that they sort of look each other in the eye and think, boy, how lucky are we to be out running around and playing footy today. Let's give it our best. You never know. Been in a very emotional week. Let's see what the last 40's got for us. Second half is underway and LeBlanc makes the first carry for Souths after North Queensland kick-off with that 18-6 lead, and Souths now running to the right of your radio dials. Kaloamatangi runs through the middle third. That's a good carry. He's been a little quiet today, up to the 30, Kian Kaloamatangi. He was in a lot of a lot of punters, Origins teams, but he didn't make Laurie Daly's squad. Now Aiken next carry, a dozen from halfway. Totola with a rumble down the middle third. And Souths do the hard work to get within 3 or 4 metres of halfway. A couple of plays left in this first set of the second half. Duffy chimes in with a little jinking run. Tackled 41 metres from North Queensland's line. Last play, Humphrey's feet's right for Ward. From 40 metres out, the Souths halfback bombs to Derby's corner, but once again, the left side winger for North Queensland catches comfortably. So the Cowboys will hit it up from the southern end. Let's get down to Laurie with his whispers from the rooms at half-time.
Yeah, pretty simple from Wayne Bennett. Q, just complete the sets, hold the football, not a lot of errors, and kick deep and chase, and he believes they can come back. On the other side, Todd Baden mentioned that 2 weeks ago against Parramatta, same position, and they blew it. But he wants the outside backs to make a little bit more yardage and stop giving away penalties and drop balls, completing the sets. He's quite happy about it.
Yeah, thanks for that, Lois. Well, we've just seen Labert follow that instruction, making a run down the middle third. And now end of set from the Cowboys. They only got 5 from halfway. Good defence from South. Deep kick from Clifford, taken by Talanoa, who charges back. Talanoa Penitani into the defence just beyond the 20. The young man who scored his first try 15 minutes into his debut game in that first half. Duncan up to the 30 for South. And now Duffy, who's doing a fair bit of running of the ball, chiming in. Named at fullback. We haven't seen Jai Gray at all yet. We thought he was going to come in and play dummy half, but Humphries is doing that role. Right edge, Aiken throws a loose pass, trying to offload near the NRL logo. Doesn't find a teammate. Jumped on by Derby of North Queensland, so that's a loose-ended set from the Rabbitohs. Cowboys have got it on halfway. Drinkwater shifts it towards the right edge. Chester decides to take a run and takes the tackle 45 metres from the Rabbitohs line. Blindside, Drinkwater feeds Lukey, charges into a two-man tackle. Down low, LeBlanc up tump Seatbolt. Played 15 in from the right, 35 out. Back to left and centre field. Clifford feeds it to the straightening run of Neen. And Griffin Neem's held up. He's 32 metres out from the South Sydney line. No score second half, 18-6 to the Cowboys. Drinkwater runs it right, gives it on to Lukey, who's trying to wrestle his way from the defence, but he can't get through. Johnston there along with Seagbolt to make the tackle. They're out on the right, 20 metres out, couple of plays left, shifted to left and centre field. Drinkwater to Clifford through the hands, on to Sutton, on to Purdue, has to stop, runs infield laterally. Purdue across the 20, chucks it back to the right to a flat-footed Chester. He gets going, tries to put on a step, but is tackled on 5. 15 metres from South Sydney's line, 15 in from the right, back to left and centre field for the last play. Clifford receives and chips for flying Derby, catches, offloads, got it to Sutton. He buzzes to McIntyre. McIntyre's turtled in the in-goal area. He was on his back. Did he ground it? No, I don't think so.
No try, held up.
And neither does referee Atkins. Wow, that was a great catch from Robert Derby.
Oh, the pass off the catch was even better. His ability to catch.
Has been cleared at this point.
Then,
Cowboys take clean
back.
possession. Show me what.
Now, did Penitani grab him when he was in the air? That's also a question.
The Cowboys players now tackled in the air. We're playing on an advantage to see what happens.
So the answer to that question is yes. So there'll be a penalty at least for North Queensland. And then there's a question as to whether Sutton ran an offside line. No, he didn't, because McIntyre wrapped to the blind, and then Tallis Duncan.
Yeah, that was a great tackle.
Oh, got him, Loz. And I think young Ward helped him out too.
Yeah, gee, great tackle.
Sam McIntyre is held up. The first foul is the tackle in the air. We have a decision.
So it'll be a no try and penalty North Queensland. And Souths, well, they just can't concede early in this second half. The last 2 tries in the game going to the Cowboys. And they're, 12 in front, so kicking for touch.
Really important set here for the Cowboys. Very important set.
Interesting. 12 in front, kicking for touch. So could have extended it beyond the 2 converted tries, but no, they're having a rumble here. First restart didn't work, so they go again, hit the reset button. First carry from Hess, and he's only 5 metres out, 10 to the left of the uprights. Marnie passes to a charging Thomas McKaylee. He tries to rumble his way through with 4 Souths defenders around him, and he's only half a metre from the northern end goal when eventually stopped. Marnie passes left. Neem crashes his way towards the goal line. He's held up underneath the black dot. He'll have to go out to the 10 metre for a play the ball. He did get to the goal line, never really looked like planting the ball. But Ref Atkins was there and says, no, you're in goal, go out to the 10 to play it. And he does. Marnie distributes to McKaylee, right edge. 3 defenders there to stop him. Cowboys right on the attack as Marnie passes back left and centre field. Through Sutton, on to Drinkwater, runs at the line, passes to Purdue, stops, jinks, goes again, gets tackled. On 5 metres out on the left edge. Last play, Cowboys. Derby passes infield to Drinkwater, passes back to the blind to McIntyre. Got in a problem, chucked it back to Drinkwater, gives it to Marnie. This is disorganised. Grab it from Marnie straight into the legs of Hubner. Dives on it, he's got it. South's ball, you hear the referee yelling. Marnie's trying to argue the toss and eventually gives away a penalty for being a pest, which is a bit of his MO.
He wouldn't argue.
He gives away a penalty because he thought that he had possession of that ball, but it was Lockie Hubner's ball. Penalty South Sydney. 5 minutes played, second half. North Queensland 18 leads South Sydney 6. It's NRL Sunday, live from Townsville on ABC Sport.
Well, important set here for South Sydney. They really need to find themselves just the focus, get through the set, get down the end, and make the Cowboys work away from their try line.
And Loz, I know you're smart and old-fashioned, and I don't say that in a disrespectful way. Just
Take the 2.
There it is. Just asterisk that part of the game. If the Bunnies come back, it could have been a 14-point lead. South's on halfway. Ward to the right. Cody has a dummy and straight, and Walker's put down around the ankles by Sutton and up top by McIntyre. Played to Humphries, pass left and centre field for Lockie Hubner. Rolls down the middle third. Takes Souths to within 35 metres of the North Queensland line. Back to the right for the Bunnies. Oh, Ward a dummy and scoot almost a line break. Grab from behind by McKaylee. Quick play the ball. Last play, 20 out. They run it to the left. Hubner gives to Walker. Double cut out. Seafold on to Johnston. Latrell to AJ Mark 2. But Johnston's tackled near the corner post and loses the ball.
Yeah, lost it on his way in there.
Referee's going to go up to check.
No try.
No tries the call.
Tackle the way in and then
Alex Johnston. He has scored in every game he's played in this year.
Point. Initial contact is all okay from the Cowboys.
Drinkwater was there. And AJ! Just lost it on us. Just lost it. He was able to avoid the touchline. No control in planting the ball.
Alex Johnson knocks the ball on in the in-goal. We have a decision.
Drinkwater. He's doing it everywhere.
He is. And, Alex Johnson scores in those situations more often than not, and gets to a point of being able to score more often than not. Gee, it was a lot closer than what I thought.
Did you see his head hit the ground?
Yeah, is that what it was?
Jarring motion too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So he's okay, AJ Laurie, but
he may still be required to come off for an HIA.
Cowboys have got the ball, but playback underway on their own 30. Now Chester runs the ball down the middle third. Tom Chester taken 12 from halfway. South's still trailing this game. It's North Queensland 18, South Sydney 6. McKaylee gets to halfway. The Cowboys are holding down the middle third. Neem charges into the tackle there of Hubner and also Humphries. They'll put him down 41 metres out. Bit of a slowish play of the ball, but the last play's called by the ref. So Drinkwater kicks from 40 metres out. A high ball to young Penitani's wing. He's knocked it on. Talanoa Penitani leapt unchallenged and it ballooned off his chest.
Gee, he misjudged that. He just jumped early and, a little bit of experience there. Jumped early with the footsteps of the Cowboys players coming at him and could have held his ground a lot longer than he did.
And this will give the Cowboys a chance to attack the line. They're going left edge here, 10 metres out. 32 minutes left in the game. Your texts continue to be welcome on 0467 920 222. G'day to Mary. Go the Rabbits. Thank you, Mary. Cowboys win scrum and settling hit up taken by Hess. Stopped 11 metres out. So here's the alarm bells for Souths again. Cowboys to the left. Sutton passes it on to McIntyre. Ford takes his ankles along with Duncan to help out in the tackle. Marnie back to the right to Neem. 3 defenders around Griffin Neem as he stands and eventually crumbles to deck 2 metres short of the northern in goal. Played to Marnie. Passes right for Clifford. Good width on the pass. Given to Drinkwater. Stops. Props. Reeled in by the tackle of Cody Walker. Helped out by Siegbold. Played out in the right. 10 metres out. Pass back to left and centre field. Marnie gives it on to Clifford. His ball for Sutton's knocked on. It's balloons into the hands of Dufty. Dufty's taken for South 10 from his own line. That is a huge let off for the Bunnies. And it gives now South Sydney the chance to get out of their own end without conceding points there. Aiken with a carry now. Duncan up to the 30 as the Bunnies breathe a sigh of relief as Duncan's tackled 15 from halfway. Played there to Humphreys. Given to the centre third. Siegbold's coming in for a bit of work. Gets taken 5 inside South Sydney territory. 31 minutes to go. Cowboys lead 18-6. Tatola down the middle third to halfway and just beyond for Tavita Tatola. 2 metres attacking side thereof as he plays it. Now a rumble down the middle third for South Sydney. Yeah, it's Dufty. He's done a lot of work in that area up to the 30. End of set called now as he played it. Given on to Ward who bombs. No one really
no aggression in the chase,
on
was there?
Derby. He catches it a metre from his own line. No one pressuring him, Billy. Cowboys ball.
Yeah, the bomb went up, but it had no depth in it.
Right side shift. Here goes Chester. He is quick. Gets to halfway. Half a fullback in front of him. Drew the tackle past a loose ball in field, which is deemed forward. Great chase from Dufty getting across to pressure Tom Chester there, who I think just got a little greedy.
Yeah, well, I've also got to say, I think the defensive effort from Dufty there was tremendous. He slowed down and he managed the space between the run from Chester and his support players who were looming.
Had 2 blokes inside him. He needed to pass.
So you agree he's gone to the buffet too much there?
Inside now? Oh,
yeah,
no.
He stepped inside and Dufty, he thought he could beat Dufty with the in and away laws, but Dufty was too good for him.
Yeah, Dufty did very well there and really upset the rhythm and the timing of Chester, who was coming down expecting to be able to pass the ball more comfortably than he was left.
Another asterisk, so they gave up the shot to go at 2 points. Chester a little bit greedy, so it remains 18-6. South Sydney doing a great job to hang into this game. There's still 29 minutes to go. Souths with the ball. It's played by LeBlanc on halfway. Given to the left for Ward. Pop ball on to Kaloa-Matangi. Couple around him. Keon Kaloa-Matangi tackled left edge and 43 from the Cowboys line. Humphrey now feeds it 1 man infield to Kepi. Sean Kepi puts it under his right wing to go forward. 3 around him to put him down. 35 metres out from the Cowboys line. Blindside. Humphreys gives to Walker. Cody has a run on the line, then drops the ball onto his knee. I don't think that's a kick. Neither does the referee. That is a knock on. A knock on from Cody Walker at the end of that set.
Yeah, poor finish there. Walker won't be pleased with that. Again, looking for something different. Kaloa-Matangi really seems to be struggling out there. He was down stretching then. He's got a lot of strapping on his knee and really looks to be struggling out there.
Yeah, right knee and just looking at him trot back on side. He's sort of not moving super fluently. Cowboys ball on the 30. No change to the halftime score. NRL Sunday on ABC Sport. Quentin Hull, Grant Bell and Laurie Spinner with you in Townsville. Cowboys leading 18-6 as Labour plays at 10 from halfway. And now Derby, his fellow winger, goes forward. A couple of metres short of the halfway line when tackled by Ward. Plays the ball to Marnie, given right for Tamalolo. Through the hands of Clifford, out to Drinkwater on the edge. He spins through Walker, passes back in field to Tamalolo. The veteran's thighs get pumping. He stopped only 35 metres out. Centre field. Marnie passes right. Clifford at the line. Second man Drinkwater. His pass is knocked onto the right edge by Chester. Another incomplete set from the Cowboys.
Yeah, and I thought it went forward there too. I thought the pass went forward.
They're doing a great job they might not win this game, South Sydney, but they're not losing it in this 10 minutes of footy. They've done a lot to stay in the game.
Yeah, and on that instance, much better pressure. The pressure that came through from Seagwalls in conjunction with Johnson, they came up hard and really disrupted the pass there from Drinkwater.
And they're doing everything, the Cowboys, to let South back in, because all they need is a sniff, and they'll capitalise, that's for sure.
Yeah, good point, Laurie. Souths with the scrum on the 30. First carry, Duncan. Now second carry down the right edge, and tackle is taken there by Penitani, 8 from halfway. A couple of sets of hands infield. Liam LeBlanc is met by a 3-man tackle. He's pushed back with a metre or two before he plays at 8 inside South's territory. Now to the left, Humphries through Walker. Siegwald tries to put on a little step and straight, and good run from Latrell Siegwald. About 7 and 8 post-contact metres for him. South's 40 metres out on the attack, out on the left. Mamazelos is back out there, passes the ball on to Kepi. Kepi rumbles to the 30. Last place is referee Atkins. Mamazelos looks blind, doesn't like it, gives it back to Humphries, who's flat-footed, and kicks at the end of the set. Derby is challenged at this one. Ward catches but is tackled immediately. And that's a handover. So Derby had taken a few catches without anyone near him. Ashton Ward did well, won the jump there, but got tackled and now comes away a little hurt.
At least he put some pressure on that time, and it's the first time we've seen an end to a set from Souths where there was some pressure on the Cowboys.
Tomalolo just put a target on Mamazelos, ran at him, he reeled back, but luckily Big Aiken was there to help out make the tackle. Now Labour runs up to the 30 as North Queensland once again run the ball upfield. This is a good arm wrestle. 18-6 in favour of the Cowboys. 25 minutes to go. Hess to within 10 of halfway with the next carry. Now inside the 40, Drinkwater's kick is charged down, and it's brilliantly picked up by Ward one-handed. He's got the ball, and I say charged down, I think Drinkwater almost probably just kicked it into Humphries accidentally there, and Ward's regathered it, so Souths have got the ball on the attack. Infield runs Tallis Duncan, 21 metres out, 15 in from the right, went stop, played to Mamazelos, given to Kepi, he rumbles forward, 12 from the Cowboys line. South Sydney with a good attacking opportunity here. Mamazelos to the left, step and straighten from Humphries. He's stopped by the tackle of Hess, 5 metres out. Mamazelos to the right, given to Walker, gives it on to Ward, floating ball to the edge. Penitani in his first game has a try-scoring double. Talanoa Penitani bursts through the left side shifting defence of the Cowboys, and Souths are back in it. 18 points to 10, kip to come. What a debut from Talanoa Penitani.
Well, it all came back to the charge down, as you said. It wasn't a charge down. Just watching it on replay there, he almost hunted back away from it. But Ashton Ward did tremendously well to find himself cleaning the pass up, the kick up. Sorry, the charge down. And gee, what a wonderful pass to the edge. Penitani still had so much to do, but got between two players, Loz, and came up with the result. But
this minute of the game, Ashton Ward, 2 big plays. Not easy to go and dive in and slide and grab that ball when Drinkwater kicked it into the South player, and a beautiful pass over the top to Penitani, and he had to work a lot to score that try. But Ward, 2 important plays for South Sydney, and they're back, I can tell you that.
And the thing I love about that finish, Loz, so we saw the left side shifting defence. Who was it? It was Derby and was it Clifford over there? Anyway, timed that right foot step perfectly to step in between the two sliding defenders.
He just held himself up and stepped back in between.
Siegwald with the conversion attempt, he raises the flags, and Souths are right back in this one in Townsville. Siegwald's got 2 from 3, and it's North Queensland 18, leading South Sydney 12 with 23 minutes left in the game. You're hearing NRL Sunday on ABC Sport, live from Townsville. Townsville. Quentin Hull here alongside the local legends of Grant Bell and Laurie Spina. Around the grounds, a couple of live games at the moment. AFL third quarter, 2-point lead for the Western Bulldogs over Melbourne. They lead 78-76 over the Demons. Last quarter in the Super Netball, Vixens 53 lead the Swifts 44. Just earlier today, wins in the Queensland Cup for Ipswich and the Brisbane Tigers. Wins in the New South Wales Cup for South. They beat North 16-12. Restart from the Cowboys. Caught 5 in the field of play, and Kepi with the first carry, 15 from the goal line.
Wirramoo Greg's just gone on. Too cute.
Thank you. Thank you.
Three players still used.
Yeah, so Neem, Hess and Greg have been used by Leah, Keresk and King available. Mind you, I know they had 2 players in the sin bin at Magic Round. They only used 16 players against the Roosters last week at North Queensland. Here goes LeBlanc. I think he's had a good game off the bench. He's tackled 5 from halfway.
I think he has.
Mamazelos gives it on to Dufty, who's been energetic. Again, down the middle third, taken beyond halfway. 45 from the North Queensland goal line. End of set. Humphries now with a high, deep kick downfield. Drinkwater defensive right corner. Catches 5 from his own line. Good kick, chase from Souths. 3 in front of him. It's Kalol Matangi. It's Johnston. It's Mitchell. It's Siegwald, should I say, and they make the tackle. Cowboys thought that maybe they were offside or high, but referee doesn't agree. Infield runs late, but no great game. Still 15 from the southern end. Now Derby's carry just beyond the 20. And Rob Derby's got it for North Queensland. 22 minutes to go. Cowboys lead it by 6. As here is Wirramoo Greg. He's rumbling down the middle of the field. Got an offload bit of second phase here. McIntyre's got it. Crowd thought it was a high tackle again. Referee Atkins says no. And Mazelis was there in the tackle. Play 10 from halfway. Tamalolo says, give it to me. He eats up 13 metres down Main Street. Gives him front foot ball with a quick play the ball too. Marnie passes right. End of set. Clifford has rushed at and gets a bit of a loose kick away. It's caught by Labour. He's tackled. Chucks it out the back. Still alive. Chester prize a little chip and chase, but Johnston's there to defuse it. And Alex Johnston has it, and Souths have got the ball. Left corner on their own 10. Dufty runs forward, giving him a dozen. Boy, hasn't he been good today again. Dufty plays the ball there to Cody Walker. Passes infield to Siegwald. Souths get to the 30 on the carry of Latrell Siegwald. Now Mamazelos passes right in centre field. Ward gives it on to Duncan. Wrestles his way away from Purdue. Passes to the edge for Penitani. He saunters to the 30, realising the defence was coming. Can't accelerate through the tackle of Derby. Souths play it 12 inside their own half. Duncan runs infield. The Cardinal and Myrtle are starting to get the momentum in this game. Duncan's tackled 7 inside his own half. Last play coming up for the Bunnies. Ward with his right boot from near the NRL logo. Kicks deep. Drinkwater will catch 5 from his own line. Defensive left corner. Charges up to the 20. Puts on a little step and gets tripped up. Tackled 22 from his own line. 18-12 Cowboys. 20 minutes to go, Grumpbell.
Well, the game's now back in that to and fro again that we saw early on in the first half. Important for South that they keep their energy levels up. I'm not sure how many interchanges they've used at this stage.
Lodge's just
lodged.
He's treated Adam Elliott like a speed bump there for a moment.
Yeah.
And there's a ruck infringement and a 6 to go here. So this is an opportunity for Wirramoo Greg to charge into attack for North Queensland. Tackled 43 out. So off the back of the restart, they now go forward through Tamalolo. The Cowboys tackled 31 out. Play Damani, given left for Drinkwater up to the 20. Passes to Sutton. Ankle tap by Ward. Gets up, plays on. Passes to McIntyre, who was flat-footed. He's tackled, gets it out the back, kept alive. Drinkwater gave the problem to Chester, who was flat-footed on the 20. Now gets going. Stopped only 10 metres out. It's been messy play, but the Cowboys are only 10 out on the attack. Marnie passes left. Sutton through a hole. Liam Sutton scores! His first try in the NRL. And the Cowboys hit back. Liam Sutton in his second game with a jink and a weave. Scores a try at the northern end at home. He'll remember that forever. And it's North Queensland 22 leading South Sydney 12.
Yeah, well, it certainly was the case of too much possession and too much pressure from the Cowboys attacking and putting the test to the Rabbitohs defence. Coming back against the grain, the Cowboys found themselves, South Sydney claiming that there was a lost ball in there. But Sutton just using great footwork, finding some tired forwards, finding some players out on their feet and weaved his way into the end goal. And again, it was the back rower, I think, Elliott, turning out too early that he found the space inside of was.
Yeah, you remember your first try in first grade your whole lifetime, and he's not a flashy player, but he does things right, and yeah, really important try for the Cowboys. He's a strong player. He's been carrying that shoulder injuries too, you can tell, but he's playing tough, and important try for the Cowboys.
Clifford's conversion attempt only 10 metres to the left of the uprights. He's already kicked 2 from 3 today, and no problems with that one. Raises the flags. Clifford 3 from 4. And North Queensland 24 leads South Sydney 12 with still 17 and a half minutes left in the game. Liam Sutton from that great rugby league school of St Gregory's at Campbelltown. Underage footy at the Sharks and Newcastle. Yeah, before getting his opportunity here.
And I think, he was player of the year last year for Wynnum Manly.
Yep.
So he came with credentials, and I think the Cowboys have said, well, we need some extra depth in that area. And he certainly seems to answer the call.
24-12 North Queensland. Oh, Lodge almost ran into Drinkwater. Such was his enthusiasm to get up momentum with the hit up off the kick off and eventually get stopped short of the 10. So there's been a few moments of disorganised footy from both teams. Now Wiremu Greg. He rolls forward 8 metres, just short of the 20. Elam Lukey carry 3 off the kickoff and cut down right edge. Quick play the ball to midway goal line and halfway. This has been a good quick set. And Taumalolo played for us. I'll take 17 metres down Main Street, thank you. Great run from JT, 7 from halfway. Now Lodge on the second to last play. Gets the option offload away. Given on to Marnie, passes to Drinkwater. Tried a little step, gets tackled 45 metres out. This is the last. It's Clifford from the attacking 40 with a deep bomb. He's got chasers coming through on Dufty, who catches it before he's smashed by Labour. Good set, good kick, good catch. And Souths are 5 from their own line. Siegwald play 2 is going to take it up towards the 20. Down to Laurie Spooner on the touchline. 16 and a half minutes to go. Cowboys 24-12.
Yeah, such an important, crucial time this period. Completing sets is so important. And Wayne Bennett, that's what he said at halftime. Complete the set and you can still have a chance. They've just got to defend well.
As Dufty again, his numbers would be through the roof, Billy. You're closer to the stats than I. We'll get him at 1 point. Ward almost breaks a tackle. Tackled 41 metres out, Ashton Ward. Last play here for South Sydney. Humphries will kick from about 38 metres out. Again, it's a bomb which is too deep for any Souths player to challenge. Taken with a bit of a juggle from Drinkwater. 5 from his own line. Inside sort of angled kick return. He's 15 from his own line when stopped. Plays the ball to try scorer Sutton. Passes to Chester, who's again trying to use that pace on the right edge. But he gets taken out there by Kaloma-Tungi and also Siegwald. One man back to the middle third. Elam Lukey's legs are cut down by the tackle of Kepi. Quick play the ball. 15 from halfway and Wiremu Greg. He charges a dozen downfield. And the Cowboys. Or was he goal line to goal line for that play? The ball, that was a bit dubious. Ref let it go. Tomalolo has another grumble of 10. Within 41 of South's line as he's tackled. Last play called by the ref. Drinkwater with a high kick at the end of the set. And Penitani catches it. Defensive right corner for South's 5 from his own line. Just gets beyond the 10 with the kick return. A quarter an hour to go. 24-12 to North Queensland over South Sydney.
Matt Dufty, 250 metres run from 22 carries. So
add another 10.
Add another 10 on
there
that.
20 got tackled, kept it alive with a pass to Chester, who weaves and accelerates off that left leg, but gets taken down 15 metres out centre field. They're coming to kill him off now, the Cowboys. Tomalolo to the right. Drinkwater reeled in one-on-one by Cody Walker. A tackle which needed to be made. Last play, Marnie runs laterally across the 10, gives the ball to Sutton. Grubber for the in-goal area, straight to Dufty. That was a poor last play. Dufty has taken 10 from his own line.
Yeah, pretty comfortable there too for Dufty. One of the things I like about the Cowboys attack this year, quite often we're seeing Chester and Purdue coming across and playing together on each other's side, and I really like that. It's an additional threat that they present to the opposition.
Oh, loose carry here from Aiken. He's dropped it on play. No, it wasn't Aiken, it was Dufty.
Green, young Xavier Kerish just in front of me. He might come on and make his debut.
He is coming on.
So
the young Mackay boy.
Number 18.
K-E-R-R-I-S-K. Kerisk.
Xavier Kerisk.
Yep, from Mackay. So
Reed Marnie's coming on.
We acknowledge the arm is on the ball from the Cowboys.
Loose carry from Dufty or a strip here? Up to the bunker on the challenge here from the Bunnies.
Both Cowboys players are just making a tackle.
Yeah.
There's no stripping action. The challenge is unsuccessful.
So that's the South's challenge. Burnt might not have a go. He's still got it in hand with 10 minutes to go. We'll make it 8 minutes 53 seconds to be precise.
Jason Tomalolo's second stint has been very impressive.
He's been really strong, hasn't he, Oz? He's playing some of his best football for the Cowboys, and it just shows he had surgery in the off-season to clean out both knees, and he really feels that his body is on top of things.
Oh, a bit of a low pass off the scrum when that's why the crowd was oohing and ahhing. Clifford did well to get low to make sure that wasn't a knock-on. And then he just popped it up to McKaylee with no momentum, and he's tackled. So the Cowboys are 32 metres out, and here he is again, Tomalolo. Oh, offload is knocked on, but Souths were offside, were they? Yep. Penalty, North Queensland. Cowboys go to Canberra to play the Raiders next, and the Bunnies have got the bye.
Yep.
Which will be,
I think, well needed.
Welcomed in a number of respects as Lodge goes forward, they tap and go. Cowboys wanting more points here. Played it only 12 metres out. McKaylee, he almost ran over the top there of Hubner, went reeling back. Luckily, the next wave of defence and Mamazella stopped him. Now to the left, Sutton, Clifford, Drinkwater on to Derby, tackled over the touchline. Good work from Penitani to get him.
They managed that well, South Sydney, and Drinkwater didn't really help his cause. He needed to call Derby back inside him, and they just ran out of space.
Thomas McKaylee has never scored an NRL try, so every time he gets close to the try line, everyone hopes.
Well, mate, you know what would be good, Loz? If he scored one against Canberra, it's his 100th game next week.
It is.
Game 99 for Thomas McKaylee today. That'll be a double milestone memory. Ward to the right as Souths try and do something late here. Walker's tackle, but gets an offload to Dufty. Oh, he burns away from two. Over halfway. Smashes his way through Drinkwater before Lukey eventually gets him from behind. Drinkwater at least took a bit of momentum away from Dufty. He has played another huge game for South today. He's out in the right, 25 out, past the centre field. Walker gives it on to Humphreys, who rides a big tackle from Lodge before being stopped 17 metres out. Pass to the right, a little bobble there from Hubner. He regathers, he's tackled.
Well.
Last play, 8 metres out, South Sydney. Mamazelos has a fumble before regathering, then kicking to the in-goal area. Drinkwater fields it, is tackled in the in-goal area, and a goal line dropout is the outcome.
Good result there, and Mamazelos did well well there. But Dufty, as you say, just carrying through, and he looks a lot stronger than what we saw when he left the shores and went over to England.
He's beefed up in those.
Really beefed up.
Those 3.5 years in the Super League, hasn't he?
He has.
Almost 4 years, unbelievable.
Yep, Clifford with the kick.
Might have been ducking to France for some of the soft cheese, but he's certainly looking strong out there and powerful on his carries.
Dropout went 50, and the Souths are chucking it around trying to create some kind of momentum here. Kepi eventually decides to go forward and to stop 30 metres out, and 6 more and a little extra grapple there from Kerisk out on the field. Next play. Forward goes Humphries, tackle 20 metres out, plays the ball. Now Ward, he almost found an obstruction line there, so he had to stop. He ran in behind Hubner, so goes to Deck and takes the tackle without giving away the penalty. 15 metres from the Cowboys line. North Queensland lead 30-12. There's only 5 minutes to go, so the result is decided, just a matter of margin here, with Souths trying to get a late try. Played there by Hubner, blind side. Harbour Bridge pass attempted there, intercepted by the Cowboys, but it's a knock on. Duffy again trying the Harbour Bridge pass to the right edge for Penitani. Came off a Cowboys hand before Derby jumped on it, so they'll get another go here, the Rabbitohs. By the way, stick around at full time. We'll get Laurie's interviews and also your thoughts on 0467 920 222 if you've got a thought about the upcoming Origin. We'd love to hear from you. We'll get Belly and Laurie's thoughts on Origin as well. First chance for these two wise men of the North to just have a look at those teams. Souths get another go on the attack here with the scrum 10 metres out on the right. Oh, it's past the centre field and the referee says, no, come back and do it again. Joy's a big Cowboys fan. She's like, the crowd's going to eat bunny stew on the muster. Good on you, Joy. Oh, Cowboys. And now the ball gets kicked out of the scrum. And a penalty goes to South Sydney.
And a very unusual scrum penalty.
Differential. Oh. Hubner's given the ball middle third. Oh, he bounces off Kerisk before being taken down 5 metres out. Second wave of defence was needed there. Lukey makes the tackle. Namazelos passes right. There's a little feed there from Ward onto, is it Thomas Fletcher who's out there? Yep. So he's the last of the South's bench use. He's tackled now, left edge ship. Chance for AJ. Great pass, Walker. Johnston does keep his try-scoring momentum in 2026. Eventually, he goes over in the corner to keep that record of scoring a try in every game he's played this year. He'd had 2 previous chances. The fingers weren't sticky enough, but with 4 minutes to go here, the streak remains for AJ in this record-breaking year. He's over in the corner off a Cody Walker. Pass to the edge, and it's North Queensland 30, South Sydney 12, kick to come.
Yeah, well, the Cowboys under pressure there from a turnover, but the opportunity for Souths to be down in this end, a repeat set, and a chance just to apply a little bit of pressure. I think the Cowboys have backed off a little bit in their intensity, and great to see AJ continue on his run.
So 15 for the year. Now Siegwald from the left touch line. Nice kick. He converts the try. And it's 30 points to 18 in favour of North Queensland. Only 3.5 to go. Get our listeners from some newcomers to rugby league. John from Perth texts, hi team, could you please explain what a differential penalty is? Billy.
Differential penalty is one that's given only from the scrums now, and
can't kick for
sorry, Loz?
Can't kick for goal.
Yeah, and you can't kick for goal.
You can't have a penalty shot for 2 points,
but it's only given as a scrum penalty,
which we used to see a lot more when the scrums were competitive and the hookers would strike at the ball, but we very rarely see that.
Very rarely see them now
these days. So thank you for your text, John. 0467 920 222. 30 points to 18 for North Queensland. Couple of minutes left in this one on what's been a warmer Sunday afternoon. an abridged round of 12. But this Cowboys team, they continue to flex in this season, and a really tough week for Souths. Well, they're going to leave Townsville without the points as Hubner's got the football. He'll play at 15 from South's line. Pass to the left through Humphreys to Ward. Given on to Siegwald, who tries to stand up Chester. Chester needs help from and gets it from Clifford to stop Latrell Siegwald out on the left edge. Midway goal line and halfway for Souths. One man infield for the Bunnies to Kaloamatangi. Carries it beyond the 30. Souths with the bye next week, and then after that they play the rejuvenated Manly Warringah at Brookvale. That's their next assignment after the post-origin rest, as a little bit of an offload there from Fletcher. Keeps the ball alive. Walker has a bit of a scurry, but Cody's put down. 8 inside South's territory. Last play of the set. Swung to the left forward. Oh, it was a forward pass from Humphreys. Forward pass.
Yeah, a couple of crucial mistakes at different times of the half for South Sydney. They wouldn't have did that, and the desperation defence of the Cowboys, like Johnson's could have had 3, but just that little bit of desperation saved them.
8 and 4 the Cows. Who would have thought? 8 wins out of their last 10 games. Canberra next, and then they host the Dolphins before they get their bye, which I think is pre-Origin 2, round 15.
Yeah, the Rabbitohs 12 errors to the Cowboys 7. They've really been their worst enemy in that regard.
Cohen Hess has got it. Cowboys looking for a bit of late cream on the cake here. Hess tackled 20 metres out, inside 2 minutes to go. 30-18 the scoreline in favour of North Queensland. Purdue's going one of those weaving runs. He's passing field, sort of fumbled but caught by Chester. Gives it to McKaylee. McKaylee! Oh, he rumbles through 1 and 2. Still going. He's only a metre out close. Getting excited. He's eventually stopped. Kerrick's pass, is at the feet of Clifford. And knocked on. Knocked on. You're getting excited there, Laurie. You're just desperate for Thomas, for McKaylee to get this first try.
Like you said, Q, it's 100th, maybe.
100th. Save it for his 100th next week against the Raiders in Canberra.
Gee, are they going to re-sign Todd soon, Bella, you think? He's the only coach unsigned for next year.
Yeah, no, Manly have got an unsigned coach at this stage still.
Yeah, he's just about, he'll be there, Kieran Foran.
Yeah, you would think so. It would be amazed if he wasn't.
Scrum win, South. Oh, great run down the right wing. Alice Duncan gave the ball, and young Penitani's had a great day. He received the pass there. He did a hammy in the Charity Shield, which is why we haven't seen him until now in the top grade. And he was streaming down the western touchline. Has pinged another one. He got tackled. Now the kick goes to the opposite side for AJ's corner. Matt Lodge is there to field the ball for the Cowboys. Goal line dropout, but down to you, Loz. Oh, what a cruel twist of fate for this young man. He scored 2 tries in his debut today.
What a game he's in. And he would have ran away too, Q. Would have scored 3, but straight in front of us there. His hamstring went and he's walked off the field.
Tallis Duncan with a great pass. And he put the step on.
And then went through the tackle.
And then he felt the back of his left leg. And that is the end of the contest in Townsville. North Queensland has prevailed over South Sydney by 30 points to 18. And this Cowboys resurgence now sees them move to an 8-win, 4-loss record in 2026 after losing their first 2. They have turned it around big time in the North. While for the Bunnies, they've now lost 3 of their last 4, and their season record stands at 6 wins and 5 losses. North Queensland 30, South Sydney 18, after the Cowboys led 18 points to 6 at half-time. 5 tries to 3 in the end. Tries to Labert, Marnie, Chester, Sutton and Lukey for the locals. Clifford kicked 4 goals from 5 attempts. He also kicked a 2-point field goal right on half-time. While for the Rabbitohs, young Penitani, who just did his hammy there, had a 3rd try beckoning him to boo, but he scored 2. Also a try to Alex Johnston. Siegwald kicked 3 goals from 4 attempts. 18-6 half-time, 30 points to 18. All done. North Queensland, too good for South. Grant Bell and Laurie Spinner to sift through it. Laurie's interviews in a moment. Belly's votes and assessment. And we'll get your thoughts, and also we'll get these two learned gentlemen to go through the Origin teams ahead of Game 1 on Wednesday. Pretty good game of footy, Belly.
It certainly was. And, I don't think the score truly reflects both sides were in amongst the mix. I do think that the conditions have played a part in it, and I think that it led to the errors, humidity, and a mix of challenges led to errors from South Sydney, and that in turn caused the problems, and I think the letdowns for the South Sydney side. I'm just Laurie Spooner's just down there calling Jake Clifford across to him, and
here he is.
There he is.
Number 7's got the number 7.
Jake, a couple of weeks ago against Parramatta, let it slip. It wasn't going to happen tonight.
Yeah, I wish I hit that field goal like it did it against Parramatta. But yeah, we took a few lessons out of that game, and we lost that game well and truly. We found every way to lose it, and we did. And it's scrappy tonight. But at the end of the day, it's 2 points, so we'll take them.
I thought the desperation at crucial times was really important. I thought Johnson could have scored 3, but 2 were saved, and I thought the desperation were brilliant tonight.
Yeah, that's the game right there. Tommy Chester on one of them, and him and Drinky on the other. They're 2 big plays, and we won by 2 tries. So that's the little stuff that we'll be watching out in review.
I thought your kicking game this year, especially the last few games, has been outstanding, mate. The distance you're making, you hit that field goal beautifully. Whether it's been practice or you're just hitting them well, and your confidence is high.
Yeah, I've always known I've got a pretty decent boot. Without Tommy being, the older half, got to take a lot more responsibility, and I guess that comes down to kicking game. Instead of sharing it all the way around with me, Drinky and Tommy, I've got to take a bit more ownership on that, and I know I've got a good boot, so it's nice I'm hitting them well.
Liam Sutton scored a try tonight. He's been your partner, not doing anything flash, but certainly doing his job.
Yeah, exactly right. We've kept it pretty simple for the kid. He's doing really well, and he's a big body, runs well, and he's defending well too.
Big Jace, his second stint was outstanding.
Yeah, he's always good in that second stint. I thought we started pretty well, and we kind of dipped off and just let him back in the game, and I thought the big boys finished strong.
Just touch on Origin. You didn't get picked, but you just got to keep your head down, play well. It's a long series.
Yeah, exactly right. I just had my name in that. Sorry, appreciate it.
Jake Clifford with Laurie Spooner. North Queensland 30 over South Sydney 18. So Cowboys, as mentioned, 8 win, 4 losses next week, in Canberra. And then after that, they host the Dolphins here. For South, they have the bye, and then go to Brookvale to take on Manly Warringah. South Sydney's record now 6 wins and 5 losses. Now, Loz is just about to get another interview, but you just pointed out Matt Duffy's numbers, Grant Bell. Do you want to tell our listeners? Turn your microphone on, it might help.
I was using yours. See, 327 run metres. I thought he had a terrific impact in the game.
And I was going to say, they weren't fullback metres, i.e., they weren't a lot of kick return metres. Usually you'd see, back 3 get big numbers, and you think, oh, well, that's sort of blown out because of the kick return metres. I reckon you probably don't. We could find the kick return metres, but what I'm trying to say is Boy did a lot of work down the middle third.
He did, and he did a lot of, clearly an assignment of his was doing that run.
Sorry, I'll just go downstairs for a moment because there's a Fight MND presentation being made. See if we can get that for you.
Next few weeks and months and years, and we know that he's supported by everyone in the rugby league community. He's a proud Queenslander. This is a proud rugby league community, and on behalf of Jai and his family, I want to say thank you for your support today. Thank you.
Thank you, Blake. And thank you too, Lucky. Appreciate it, guys. All right, Kate, that calls time here at Queensland Country.
Yeah, Blake Solly receiving a cheque for over $50,000 there. It's got the binoculars up on that. Loz will probably get a closer look at it, but I think they've written a number down there. Laurie looked like more than $50,000 to go to fight MND, which is very, very poignant considering the news of the week from South Sydney.
It's from their 50-50 raffle, and I was talking to some of their staff this morning, and they were typically out of the 50-50 raffle, they might make around 20,000, and they thought there could be a few people donating a little bit more. That's massively over what they would typically take in their 50-50 raffle. That's great contribution from all the people in the crowd and people online. People can come in online and participate in that 50-50 raffle.
Yeah. And look, I just put the binoculars up. That was a bit of a guesstimate at that, but that's what it looked like anyway. Apologies if that's not right, but it certainly looked around that. So, Laurie's among the throng there.
He's hovering in there. He's looking to grab one of the South Sydney players.
Going to try and get a chat with Cody Walker, I think. Yeah, good on you, Laurie.
He's got Cody.
Cody's having it.
He had him and then he missed him.
Yeah, he's just... Who's he talking to there, Loz? He's having a chat to someone else, but that's okay. We're patient. 30 points to 8. Who is it?
Braden Burns.
It is Braden Burns. Yeah.
He said just after he chats with Braden, he'll come.
Yeah, okay. Well, if anyone else wants to jump in, you go for your life there, Loz. 30 points to 18.
Is Matt Duffy anywhere near you, Loz?
Oh, watch out. He's giving directions now. But that was 327 run metres. For a guy basically pleaded for a go in the New South Wales Cup when he came back from overseas.
Yeah.
And he is a different player to the guy who was, and I'll say, an excitingly yet erratic fullback for St George Illawarra.
There we go. He's got his man.
He is, Cody. Well done. Over to you, Loz.
Cody, it's been a tough week, but I tell you what, the boys put in you're missing a lot of players, but the boys put in a good effort.
Yeah, look, it's been a pretty emotional week for all of us at the club, but quite disappointed with the result. I thought the game was there to be taken. Had a couple of disallowed tries, which probably could have swung the momentum of the game or the scoreboard, but credit to the Cowboys. They turned up. They got a heap missing as well, so they turned up with the right attitude, and we were probably disappointing with our end of sets and our yardage errors, which allowed the Cowboys to get into our half, and I thought we weren't resilient enough to defend those errors. So disappointing result, but we live to fight again.
Yeah, it's a bit of desperation. Alex Johnson could have scored 3 there, but a bit of desperation. It was about 25 degrees when we started. Humidity, did that play a part, do you think?
No, I don't think so. Look, when you come up to Townsville, the conditions are tough. I was expecting it to be a lot hotter than what it was, to be fair, but beautiful conditions. The surface is unreal, so absolutely no excuse, and that didn't come into play.
That left step still works in acceleration. Yeah, really good.
So yeah, I should have kept going on the straight, but no, they were desperate. They defended quite well.
So just touch on Jai Arrow. It's been devastating for the whole elite community, but South Sydney especially. How are things there?
Yeah, look, it's as I said, it's been a really emotional week for us. He's one of those guys that will do anything for his teammates. I know to all the public and everyone, I put shit on him the most, and I give it to him a hell of a lot, but he's one of my best mates, and I care a lot for him, and he's got a tough road ahead, and I just want him to, I suppose, know that us at South Sydney, but more importantly, the whole wider community is behind him, and will support him in whatever he needs to go. So devastating news and heartbreaking to see, but he's got a tough road ahead.
All our prayers and thoughts are with him and the family and the club.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well done, Laurie. And we know how close Cody is with Jai Arrow. You can hear the emotion in his voice there. Laurie Spino, it's more than just a game of footy. It means so much, the connections, the community, the people, and look,
cover tackle.
Laurie's just sprinted across. So tell Matt Dufty 327 run metres.
Matt, 327 run metres, not a bad for a bloke who's been out of the NRL for 3.5 years.
It's just try to come in, get some work done for the team. I think we've needed some go forward and just tried to bring that tonight. I had a couple of errors that I'm not happy with at the end of the game there, but overall it was all right performance.
The effort was there, just a couple of errors and a bit of desperation from the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think we made way too many errors in our own half. I think it killed us in the end, and give Cowboys enough opportunities, they're going to take them. So they're a great attacking team, and it just probably killed us tonight.
Yeah, tremendous to you. Do you think the game sort of changed since you've been out of it? It's speeded up, but yeah, you fit it straight in.
Yeah, I think the way it's changed probably suits me a bit better. Faster rucks, more space around the ball, and just overall faster game, and I think that suits me a bit better.
Yeah, did you get a bit of a knock at the end there? I seen you were down for a bit.
Yeah, it was a great shot. It got me straight in the ribs.
Appreciate your time. You're playing super.
Cheers, thank you.
Good on you, Loz. And hey, Laurie, come upstairs, because before we get to the end of the show, I want to have you and Billy just give us your thoughts. It's the one chance we'll get for... he's pointing... You want to have a chat to JT before... You'd rather have a chat to JT than have your thoughts on... No, we can do both. He had another big game. What's he doing there? He's nattering away. You've got him.
Big Jace, I thought your second stint was super. It was a tough win and an important one.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I had last week off, so it's expected to be running around pretty fresh today. But no, it was a tough game. We kind of let him in there a little bit towards the back end, side of the back end of the game. But we managed to score a couple more tries after that to win quite comfortably. But yeah, it was a tough game nevertheless. But it was one we expected. Especially a team coached by Wayne Bennett.
Yeah, it feels like the young fellas in the group are infectious, making you old blokes feel young. It's a good... they're making you feel a lot younger. Those legs are moving hard, but yeah, these young fellas are really doing well.
Yeah, we've got some pretty handy young players coming through, and with every game they're playing, their confidence grow each week. So we're piling on the wins. That's all that matters at this time of the year, and with that, growing a bit of confidence in the way we play at the same time. So it's always a good thing.
Closer to that 300, not long now.
Yeah, a few more games. Hopefully, wherever it is, it'll be a special one nevertheless, but they'll take it week by week.
Quick message about Jai Arrow and his family.
Yeah, it's very heartbreaking to hear about the news about Jai. Playing against Jai and having to hang out with him a few times. He's such a competitor and he's a tough guy, and I know that him and his family are going through this tough moment, part of his life right now. But all our thoughts and prayers go to Jai and his family.
Thanks for your time, buddy.
Thanks, Loz.
Well done, Laurie. We'll see you up here in a sec. Cowboys 30, Rabbitohs 18. Just before Billy's votes, a couple of those around the ground scores. We've got full time. The Bulldogs have beaten Melbourne by 3 points in the AFL. Western Bulldogs 14-9-93 to Melbourne's 13-12-90. That was after the Giants flogged Brisbane earlier today. Super Netball full time. Vixens have beaten the Swifts. Vixens 67, Swifts 57. Earlier in the Super Netball, the West Coast Fever beat the Queensland Firebirds 69-51. And those cup scores of the day, 2 games in the Queensland Cup, Ipswich 22, Tweed 20. Brisbane Tigers 24 beat Norths 16, and 1 game in the New South Wales Cup, Rabbitohs 16 over the Bears 12. Okay, Billy, I'll get your votes and then we'll do the ladder in a moment before we get to a bit of a look towards Wednesday night. 30 points to 18, Cowboys over Souths.
Yeah, I think the 30-18 didn't really reflect the game overall. I think at the end of both halves, Souths were guilty of errors and turning the ball over, and I think that opened up opportunities for the Cowboys. The Cowboys had some big big players, some big numbers. Tom Chester topped the numbers in a lot of positions. I thought Jace Tiamalolo's second half was enormous. For the South Sydney side, Penitani on debut I thought was very good. I thought Ward went very well in the halves. Along with Walker, I thought they were both threatening. It was a game that could have gone either way. You put another try in there for Alex Johnson. He missed out on 2. The game could have been right in the offing. But anyway, it went the way of South Sydney, of the Cowboys. My points, I gave 3 points to Jake Clifford. I thought he had a terrific game out there. He kicked well, he defended well, and I thought he ran well when opportunities were there. I gave 2 points to Scott Drinkwater. I thought he came up with one terrific tackle to save a try. He created 3 opportunities for tries in the first half. He got my 2 points, and Dufty got the 1 point. I thought he was just everywhere for South Sydney. Was such a dangerous player.
So 3 go to Clifford, 2 to Drinkwater, 1 to Dufty. And just a response to Cody's text, thank you, Cody, on 0467 920 222. He's sort of asking where was Jai Gray. As it turned out, Gray has been dropped. He wasn't used.
He wasn't used at all.
No, and we saw him warming up as a distributor, so we thought, they're going to use him at dummy half. But Jamie Humphries came on and filled that role when Pete Mamazelos wasn't out there. So that's an interesting...
And did they used 4 reserves?
Yeah, so Hubner got used, Humphries, LeBlanc and Fletcher. So basically Ed Causey was also dropped from last week because he played. It was one of the 6 that could have been used. So Jai Gray had been dropped. So Jamie Humphries and in. Liam LeBlanc officially came in as well. So 5 changes for the South in the end. So, and then for North Queensland, Neem, Hess, Wiramu, Gregg and Xavier Kerisk played. Take me a while. Kerisk. Just get used to saying that.
New name for you.
New name, yeah. So that means that, who else was... So Kerisk wasn't in, Derby wasn't in, and Ethan King, who wasn't used last week, who wasn't used this week. Viliami Vailea was the other one that wasn't used. Okay, I've seen that Laurie's got back up here, headphones on. I'll give the ladder before we get to the 2 wise men of the North and their prognostications for Wednesday night. So here we are, premiership standings in the NRL after 12 rounds. Penrith on top, 22 premiership points, 10 wins, 1 loss, 1 bye. The Warriors have had 1 bye, they're 9-2 and 20 premiership points. Then Souths have had 2 byes. So that's inflated their premiership point standing to 18. They have a 7-win, 3-loss record, but currently 3rd on the ladder. Then there are 2 teams with a 7-win, 4-loss record that have had 1 bye each. I speak of Manly 4th and Newcastle 5th. Now, interestingly, after that result, the Cowboys haven't had a bye. But they are the team that has won the 3rd most games so far this season. So Penrith's won 10 games, the Warriors have won 9, but the Cowboys have had to earn all of their 16 premiership points, no freebies from the byes. So they're 8 wins, 4 losses, so 6th with an asterisk, which you always need to have around this NRL ladder, depending on byes, which is why I always sort of go more with win-loss rather than premiership points. But obviously the points are the way that the standings roll out. Completing the top 8, well, there are 4 teams with 14 premiership points. Souths and the Dolphins inside the 8 with 6 wins, 5 losses and 1 bye each. Outside the 8, Cronulla and Wests, 5 wins, 5 losses and 2 byes for the Sharks and the Tigers, 9th and 10th respectively. The Premiers, Brisbane, are in 11th, 12 premiership points, 5 wins and the 1 bye. And then Canberra and the Bulldogs, 10 premiership points, 4 wins and the 1 bye. Parramatta 14th, also with 4 wins and a 1 bye. So that's Canberra, Canterbury and Parramatta all on 10 with 4 wins and the 1 bye. 15th Melbourne, 4 wins but no byes. So 8 premiership points but 4 wins. Titans 2 wins, second last. Dragons, nothing. Bottom of the table.
There you go.
With 2 points for a bye.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to get through that because I always love to hear you gentlemen speak through State of Origin 1. Everyone else has had their say, but you guys sort of get the last say before we get to coverage on Wednesday night. Laurie Spina.
Yes, Sam Walker better have his tackling shoulder pads on because, they're going to be sending a lot of troops.
Do you like the team?
Yeah, I do. A little bit surprised, no Reece Walsh. But
I was asking about the New South Wales team.
Oh.
No, you lead with your own foot, and then I'll ask you about the second forwards for the Blues.
No, it's a good team. I'm happy that Grant and Munster found a bit of form for Melbourne coming in, and I reckon...
I've done a lot of their games this year. They were rubbish the first 6 weeks, colloquially speaking, but they've been great.
Yeah,
the last 3 weeks, they've got going again.
Really stepped up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that Grant out of dummy half, he'll be so important. And of course, Ponga out the back.
Where are you with the opting to leave Reece Walsh out of the squad?
I can understand why he did, just back, from that broken cheek there, and probably not ready maybe for Origin, and probably hasn't had enough games under his belt, but I reckon we'll see him sometime in there.
Well, as I was saying to Billy, we're having a good chat before coming on air, Grant. It shows that Billy Slater, he's got 2 other fullbacks to call on even before Reece Walsh. If something should happen to Callan Ponga, he obviously thinks, the Hammer's my second fullback. And then even if we fall into real trouble, we've got a guy like Selwyn Cobbo in the team who could go to fullback as well. Are you surprised that they didn't pick Reece?
No, I'm not. Not from on the point of view of form and the way that he hasn't been at his best. He then had time out with injury, and a significant injury. I don't think he has come back quite as well as he would have liked, albeit wearing the headgear and the additional padding to protect his cheekbone. I don't think he's come back with the same level of confidence, and I think that that's a big point that I know Billy Slater is a huge fan of his. I think he said to him, we need you to be right and ready for the game. Get your runs on the board and get yourself feeling good about the game.
Now, speaking about the insurance policies, if you've been a regular listener, I've been talking about, we're going to have stars that aren't going to play because they'll pick guys back up and 2 players won't be used. So obviously Ezra Mam is the reserve half if something happens to Munster or Walker. And then, because I was always saying, it'll be a fullback and a halfback that they'll pick as 18th and 19th. So Ezra's got that. And then Shibasaki, basically, they usurped the need for an extra fullback because they've got Hammer in the team and Cobbo in the team. Yeah. So they thought, if Hammer or Cobbo have to go and cover fullback, then Shibasaki goes to cover
centre
out in the backs. Whereas New South Wales haven't really gone for the backup fullback for James Tedesco. Maybe a bit thin there. Obviously, Tolu Cola's played a little bit of fullback. They're a little bit thinner there if Tedesco goes down. As far as he hasn't played a lot at fullback, Cola, but.
I think he's the sort of player who could step in there and do it. The one question is around catching the high balls under pressure, and it is a completely different environment and a completely different level of pressure. So
Staggs could go back there as well. He's a very versatile player.
And I'm heard it's going to be a bit damp. It's going to be a bit wet Wednesday.
It's going to be very wet.
Yeah,
I think.
And there's going to be a lot of aerial stuff. I'm pretty sure about that.
The Queensland side have got 2 big wingers. They've got a chance to really pressure the New South Wales wingers, and as you said,
they're not tall, are they? And Cola compared to Cobbo and Jojo Fafita.
No, and I think that there is a bit of a difference there. But we don't want to sing Queensland's praises too much because we are the underdogs.
Just before I switch to the Blues team, but because Loz, you know what it's like. Being a guy, the pressure that comes with being the number 7. Sam Walker, from the moment that he played junior footy or was playing rep rugby even out at Ipswich, there was, this guy will emulate
Alfie,
the other great Ipswich little man, and play number 7 for Queensland. And look, we know the family well. because they've got such a great rugby league pedigree. Is he ready for it?
Oh, he's played for the Roosters the last couple of years. He's got a lot of confidence in that. I didn't like the big Sunday paper where he's more skilled than Alfie and big headlines like that. He doesn't need that pressure, but he's got self-confidence. He's been playing with the Roosters, but tell you what, they'll be sending a lot of troops at him. Capel will be on his side. I'm sure he'll help him, but they'll be sending a lot of troops at him. But he's got confidence, and he's got a good short kicking game. And his long kicking game is pretty good too. So he'll be ready.
And what about while we're doing your specialty, Laurie Spooner, Ethan Strange as the insurance policy if something goes wrong for Moses or Cleary, and they've gone to him instead of Luai?
Yeah, I like him. His probably form hasn't been as good as last year, but individually, he can break a side up, and if they're struggling for points and that, I'm sure
he's a bigger player. He's robust.
Yeah,
and I think he's got a very good kicking game.
He's quick.
I was surprised that they went for Moses over Strange.
So you thought Ethan Strange could have been picked in the starting team?
Yeah, I do. I think he would have been a good running option alongside Cleary. I think that there's a little bit of a similarity between Moses and Cleary in terms of a bit more organising, a bit more, wanting to do the business side of the game, whereas I think an Ethan Strange could have been very much a complimentary player.
He's got a good record, but Moses in Origin,
he does, and I understand why they've put him there, and and I think that loyalty has been something that New South Wales haven't always afforded players in their team, and I think that it's been evident that they've wanted to do that in that instance.
You're hearing from Laurie Spooner and Grant Bell, Quentin Hull with you live from Townsville as we wrap up the Cowboys' victory over Souths here. 30 points to 18 for North Queensland. Jake Clifford getting the 3 votes from Belly, and among the stories of the day, 327 metres for Matt Duffy with his carries, and young winger Talanoa Penitani scoring 2 tries on debut, streaking away to score a hat-trick on debut, pinged hamstring, 40 metres from that amazing feat.
Poor young fella.
And then the young fella limped off the ground.
And it's what's kept him out since the start of the year. I just wanted to ask Laurie, you said Cape will be on his side. Do you think Queensland will start as named?
That was I was going to say, nearest the pin to number of changes to the named teams, because we went through it, but we came to about 3 for each team, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't know if Billy will do that. Yeah, I don't think.
Which Queensland State of Origin team has Lindsay Collins and Pat Carrigan on the bench?
Yeah, that's true. Bit of a surprise.
With a guy like Tommy Flegler, only 2 months back from a 18-month hiatus and almost near career-ending injury.
The one thing I'll say about...
Soften them up, mate.
Well, and Flegler will go in and he'll go hard early. And I think that one of the things at that level coming back in there, and don't forget he's played at that level, Flegler, he will go and you know what you're going to get out of him. And you know when, okay, we need to replace him now. He's gassed early. We've got a couple of guys on the bench in Collins who can play up front and play big minutes. I'm not totally against it.
2 superstars from either team who we can't question their selection, but we'll question whether or not their impact on Wednesday night. I reckon there's a real spotlight on Tino Fa'asuamaleaui, who's had a poor year for the Titans, and then on the other side, Stephen Crichton for New South Wales. Often you see big names picked and you think, well, their club form's no good, no wonder they... Or the flip side happens, the class rises when Origin asks it of you.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, especially Crichton, he hasn't been in that good form for the Bulldogs. Going to be really interesting, under a bit of pressure. And Tino, like you said...
Would you have still gone with Crichton?
Oh, I think, I would. I would have. And Tino, I still would have picked him. He hasn't been in that good a form, but he needs to be there.
I think he'll reach in his back pocket and find form.
And look, as you know, I've caught a lot of the Titans. he's going to need to find a new level. He has been so good for so long, Tino.
Yeah.
Even off the back of his knees, come back and been. But he's been particularly in this where Josh Hannah's trying to establish the team. I feel for Josh in that he hasn't had his alpha play an alpha.
I actually think it could be a real blessing for Josh and the Titans, because I think he will come back from Origin with a different level of charge, and I think there's enough players around him that will pull him forward. I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
I reckon we'll see another couple of Cowboys before the series out either. They're playing strong.
Only one?
Yeah,
only one with Ruben Cotter in the first team.
So I reckon, if there's a bit of loss of form or injury, I think.
Who would have been in there for yours?
I can understand the first game, but if they need a long kicking game and that, God. Yeah, Jake Clifford. Here's
the headline. Laurie Spinner doubts Sam Walker ahead of Thanks, Loz. You've given it to us.
I understand that they picked him first, but the Cowboy players are putting him under pressure, I can tell you. Even Chester, he's impressed me. He's a gutsy young kid. He's the only player, he's not very big, but he accelerates when the defence is there. I know he should have passed that.
I was going to say, we should play wing outside him.
Yeah.
At the moment.
He needs to learn a bit, but young Lukey, I'm just saying that.
I think there'll be injuries, there'll be suspensions, all of that.
But I can understand the first.
Great to see you, Loz. Great to see you, Billy. Thank you for your company today.